Okay, because the last one was more than 5 hours ago.
What is going on, everybody? It is episode 299 of Pop Culture Crisis. My name is Brett. I'm here with my co-host. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, Crisis Actors. It's Mary. I think you already know this is going to be an episode for the boys. Firstly, we've got the main guest host today. Introduce yourself, please.
Yes, Carter, introduce yourself.
Oh.
Brett. I feel like I just inadvertently
How could you?
stole glory from Dane. Dane, you go first.
Again?
Damn.
Et tu, Brett?
That too.
Damn, Brett's getting lippy lately.
Introduce
Lippy?
yourself, good sir.
He just crossed 50K on YouTube,
He's
and he thinks he can get
uppity.
lippy with me. Yeah,
He's
oh
getting
yeah.
uppity.
Hella uppity too.
Introduce yourself, sir.
Kidding.
Hey guys, Dane Font here, marketing man extraordinaire, and the patron saint of White Boy Summer.
Excellent. And over here, who started the show off today, it wasn't even me, it was
Sorry,
this
guys.
man's voice here.
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
The pre-show convo was too fun. My name's Carter Banks. I do music stuff, lots of it here at Timcast, Trash House Records as well. But yeah, thanks for having me back today. It's my first time on with Dane, and
Best.
I'm pumped.
But you had been on, you reminded me that you had done the Inverted World episode.
This is true, yeah.
I didn't even remember. That was so long ago. I don't even
That
remember
was
that.
so long ago.
Like, I feel old.
It's
to
the,
think.
what's it
too.
called, penultimate episode before the 300th episode. It's going to be a big one tomorrow. I can feel the energy already, and today we're caffeinated.
Yes.
We are
yeah.
ready to go. But tomorrow, just in case you didn't hear yesterday, we are going to have a bunch of balloons in the room. And for every super chat above, I think I said 10, but now I'm thinking about it. I might be risking my life. Let's go with like 15.
Oh, yeah. Like, I heard it's not healthy to just constantly
I'm going to
take in
be
helium.
inhaling in helium before
And helium.
I read any of those super chats, and maybe with few exceptions.
Yeah.
And if I feel like I'm gonna die, I'll stop. Just I'm not gonna actually die on camera.
It would be hilarious to hear, like, at least one, like, I'm not reading that with helium.
Yeah.
Exactly. Before we get started, guys, would you please hit the like button on this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already. Helps us greatly. If you have not checked out our review for Knock at the Cabin, that as well is up on timcast.com. And also, we do have a review up for the latest episode of The Last of Us that came out over the weekend. We will be reviewing what I believe are the final 2 episodes of Velma. I believe it's because they come out in 2 episode pairs. I believe this next set are the last ones, and I am so excited to be done with this soon. Mary, are you excited?
Yeah. Someone in the chat said 10 was reasonable. I agree, but now I think that you guys are just gonna flood with $10 super chats,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna like get severe brain damage, more than I already have.
Yeah, I don't know how healthy it is to
If
take
I
in
go
that
with
much
that
helium.
plan.
Yeah,
So
we'll
It'd be
see.
cool if we
I
could keep Mary.
reconsidered.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, we have Cringe of the Day to get started. Do you want to get started with Cringe of the Day, Mary? Or should we do the other announcements first? I want to.
Let's go with these other announcements.
Okay. All right.
first.
Before we get started, guys, I do want to point out a couple of cool bits of news. Well, one is not very cool. Yesterday, I posted a video on my Instagram and on Twitter complaining about the fact that we're going to get a remake of I Know What You Did Last Summer, which really just shouldn't be made. But beyond that, there are more things being made that shouldn't be made, and that is a prequel to Dexter based on that son of his that nobody cared about.
Wait, what?
Seriously?
I'm sorry, a sequel to Dexter that's based on the annoying son he has that nobody cares about, and also a prequel to Dexter that takes place before he joins the Miami PD.
We're getting both of those?
Yes, those are both supposedly still going to get made.
I mean, I'm kind of happy about that.
Dexter New Blood was fine all the way up until that last episode, and that son of
I
his
didn't see the
sucked.
last episode.
Yeah.
You know why they
It's
shouldn't
bad.
remake I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Why?
Because you're never going to get someone hotter than like 90s Jennifer Love Hewitt.
That is true.
So you're just going to ruin it.
Or Sarah Michelle Gellar. Nor do you have like a modern day Muse Watson who played the Hookman, the fisherman in the movie.
They're just going to put Lizzo in it, and it's...
Oh my God! What if Lizzo's the one who gets hit by
Does
the
it
car, and
feel
the
like-
car has all the damage, not Lizzo?
Does it feel like all
Damn,
the
fast
young
forward.
actresses these days look the same?
Yeah.
Like I feel like they're all just kind of mystery meat.
Somebody also pointed out the other day that they said, kind of said the same thing you were saying. They said, I looked at Megan Fox and couldn't tell the difference between her and Kim Kardashian. Why do they all look like carbon
And
copies
Megan
of
Fox
one
looked
another?
like completely perfect before getting work done.
She
looks
freaking
great now,
gorgeous.
obviously, but why would you try to mirror the look that everyone else has? I don't get
need
that.
to.
And Brett, I think that might be just your comeuppance that you say, you know, sequels make money, you have to do what makes money. And then when they make the sequel you don't want them to make.
This is so not the same thing.
Then it's a different story.
It's not the same thing. This is worse because it's a continuation decades later. It's not like it's something where they just continued making them continuously because there was financial benefit everywhere down the line. This is rebooting for the sake of it's saying it's not a reboot, but it's really just a reboot because they're stupid and they're going to ruin it. But yes, it is kind of hypocritical of me, but I'm going to still complain because I can. It is my God-given right as an American citizen to complain about the fact that they're making Dexter stuff that doesn't need to be made, and they're making I Know What You Did Last Summer stuff that doesn't need to be made. Also, guys, we were wrong. We correct our fake news here at Pop Culture Crisis.
We're totally not a fake news podcast.
No, Leonardo DiCaprio is apparently not dating the 19-year-old model. So all that discussion yesterday was for nothing.
It says a source close to Leo tells us despite a photo showing them sitting next to each other, they are not dating and not a couple whatsoever.
Oh, so it's not exclusive then?
It would be
I don't know.
It would be hilarious if he was like, she's too young for me.
The source makes it clear just because Leo might be talking to or sitting with a girl doesn't mean he's dating her. That's so true.
Maybe he's dating somebody else and he didn't want that person to be like, hey, what are you doing?
So this is
I love that he's always on yachts though because of his Titanic trauma.
Yeah, well, do you think he's got like a...
He's reliving that scene.
I like the idea that he's got like a special boat, like a special door in there that he can float on if it goes under. Like he's got like a lifeboat door that he can float on.
What if the reason why he's always dating young chicks is because some of them are skinnier and then they can share the wooden plank with him? And that's how he tests them. He's like, hey, it's going to get cold. Can I hop in? And they're like,
Kate
no.
Winslet was too chubby.
Yeah, that's a test.
For room on the door.
Get off, Kate. You're not allowed on.
And he's just trying to see who let him on.
Yep. All right, and we've got cringe of the day, do we not?
We do.
All right. Should we just go for it? Just play it?
Yeah.
I've not
This is
checked
a red carpet moment from Dua Lipa where I got to give her props. She was way too nice.
All right.
Oh my God, your new song! My legs are brought to you by your song. I've been squatting all week, Dua. Yes, don't show up.
What the?
You know? Oh, let me throw this down. You look, okay, hold on.
Listen, I feel like we got the little bow memo. No?
I mean,
We got the little bow memo.
you're,
Like she's being so
song
nice.
is fire.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Change the
You won
topic.
that Grammy last year and you're like, I gotta come back with a hit, and you gave us a smash.
Thank you so
God.
much.
You work for Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah.
All you have to do is ask the questions. You don't need to be on coke.
You
I
really
kind
don't
of
need to.
enjoy it though.
Yeah,
You like
She's
her
going all-
energy?
yes.
That she's just screaming in Dua Lipa's face?
Yeah, but it's almost like a coordinated troll.
You think she's trolling?
I mean, even if she isn't, it is trolling.
I don't know. That
True.
cringed me out. I can't believe that Dua was like being so polite
what are you
about it.
doing?
Because
What-
what do you do when someone is just screaming in your face?
You're like,
I would
yeah.
just be like, I'm walking away now.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're not
She
Dua
stood
Lipa.
in
That's
her
why you're
way.
not Dua Lipa because
That's
Dua
so
Lipa
true.
knows how to sit there and just take it.
She's got the showmanship.
All right, guys, we've done cringe of the day. We've given the unfortunate announcements about sequels. Are we ready to get right into it, Mary? Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
All right, Dane,
I will be.
Carter.
Yes.
That's like the second time you're like, yeah, maybe, yeah, sort of, kind of. All right, guys. So Madonna looks like a weird type of fish mixed with Jigsaw, and she's
Right.
complaining. She's complaining to everyone that because I don't like the fact that she looks like Jigsaw from the Saw movies, that makes me both ageist, misogynistic, and she also blamed she literally blamed bad camera angles. So it's literally everyone's fault. It's your fault, Dane. It's my fault. It's the guy with the camera. It's everyone's
That's
fault.
actually the best
but
angle you
her
can get.
own. Because her forehead now looks like that brick wall inside your school, which you run your hand down.
There is no angle that can
No.
save that
No.
image, you know?
Nope.
It's definitely our fault
and
that her
I-
soul left her body.
Before the show, I was saying, I feel bad, like, calling Madonna ugly, making fun of her appearance, until I remember that she is a human trafficker and has stolen African children from their parents.
Yep.
remorselessly. So I don't feel bad anymore. Just keep that in mind if you're mad at us for bullying her.
You do have to like remember that sometimes. And also it's like I go through days where I'm meaner than like others. Like I try to be more polite.
Savage
more
yesterday,
savage.
actually.
But yeah, so it says Madonna is firing back at the haters who made fun of the way her face looked at the Grammys. I would have been so funny if somebody came up to her and gave her with the old like, does your face hurt? It's killing me. That would have been good.
So here's her tweet. She said under a selfie that was very disturbing.
Oh God,
the world
it's so
is
creepy. Here,
the world is threatened by my power and my stamina, my intelligence and my will to survive. But they will never break me. This is all the test. And
what does that mean?
What?
What does that mean? Why do they always talk with weird word salad that doesn't mean anything?
Then Brandon Stracco replied, actually, and he said, not true. Those are all the things we love about you. We just miss seeing your beautiful face without all the unnecessary filler.
Yes.
And filters.
Yes.
Filler and filters will be the death of aging celebrities. She's clearly got a warped self-image. And then she went to Instagram as well to add a further clapback. And here's her Instagram caption after the Grammys. She said, Kim Petras and Sam Smith at the Grammys. I wanted to give the last award, which was Album of the Year, but I thought it was more important that I present the first trans woman performing at the Grammys, a history-making moment.
Wait, how did she know she was gonna
she
win?
won a Grammy.
Oh, okay. I said, how did she know she was going to win? Never mind.
Well, maybe they're rigged. Yeah. And then she said, instead of focusing on what I said in my speech, which was about giving thanks for the fearlessness of artists like Sam and Kim, many people chose to only talk about close-up photos of me taken with a long lens camera by a press photographer that would distort anyone's face. Once again, I am caught in the glare of ageism and misogyny that permeates the world we live in. A world that refuses to celebrate women past the age of 45 and feels the need to punish her if she continues to be strong-willed, hardworking, and adventurous.
Wrong. I celebrated Salma Hayek repeatedly yesterday for being super hot past the age of 45.
Also, I bet that Madonna looked way better at age 45 than her current age at 64 before she had all of these fillers.
Yep.
She then said, I have never apologized for any of the creative choices I have made, nor the way that I look or dress, and I'm not going to start. I've been degraded by the media since the beginning of my career, but I understand that this is all a test, and I'm happy to do the trailblazing so that all the women behind me can have an easier time in the years to come, getting exorbitant amounts of face filler.
The rotator cuff surgery that's going to be required for that much patting themselves on the back is a stop.
Then she said, in the words of Beyonce, you won't break my soul. I look forward to many more years of subversive behavior, pushing boundaries, standing up to the patriarchy, and most of all, enjoying my life. Bow down, bitches.
As she's literally held up by rich white dudes running the music industry.
This reminds me of when Megan Fox wore that see-through gown at the VMAs, and then another like cutout gown at the Met Gala, and she posted the pictures side by side on Instagram and said, don't mind me, I'm just destroying all of your thoughts and stereotypes of how a woman should be. Because people were like, I guess, shaming her for dressing in skimpy outfits, which I didn't see. This is just like astroturfing backlash that never existed. And for Madonna, it's only that people are genuinely worried about her psyche.
Because you're old and you're ugly. And
I was
going
to say the one thing she doesn't look like in that picture is old.
The last
so
thing people are making fun of her for is aging. They're making fun of her
refusal to age.
She clearly can't accept that she is aging. That is what you're being mocked for.
It's not the last thing.
Also,
she would look 10 times better if she didn't do all of this stuff to her appearance.
This was my favorite, though. Somebody says Susanna Hoffs is the same age as Madonna.
What?
Owned.
Good for her.
Way hotter.
Get her surgeon.
And I also looked at her speech, and once again, she's just one of these celebrities that spins a narrative that she's subversive and she's in league with all the rest of these artists that are really countercultural, but in reality, they're controlling the show.
Yeah.
In fairness, she was when she was younger.
Well, yeah, but now she can't accept that she's been replaced.
Dude, that's
by
every
a new class.
boomer. I feel like every generation
She is the housing market created by boomers.
Every generation except boomers understood that, okay, it's time to go on to a different phase of my life.
What do you
We've
think it
reached
is?
like shock value inflation where you just keep upping the ante over and over until we
not
have
upping
no boundaries left to push.
But they're barely upping it. They're just doing the same thing they were doing in the early 2000s, except for it's still like the Kim Petra stuff. That's different. That's like gender ideology. But Madonna's not doing that. Madonna's just doing the same thing she was doing in the 90s and claiming it's still subversive when it's not. Subversive would be her joining a convent. That would be actually subversive.
I hope that she wouldn't be allowed within 100 feet of one.
That would be actually subversive. If she made like a gospel album and started dressing modestly, that would be subversive.
Well, you see what happens when you're a mainstream artist that makes a gospel album.
Yeah.
It happened to Kanye, and
yeah,
look at him
good point.
now. So that's the way it goes in this industry.
Also,
so
yes-
here's what she said in her speech before Kim Petras and Sam Smith performed. She said, "I'm here to give thanks to all the rebels out there forging a new path and taking the
God.
heat for it.
So
you guys need
rebellious,
to know,
dude.
all you troublemakers out there need to know that your fearlessness does not go unnoticed.
By Fortune
You are-
500 companies,
You
it
are
does not go
seen,
unnoticed.
you are heard,
Seen, heard.
and most of all, you're appreciated." And she said, "Here's what I've learned after 4 decades in music. If they call you shocking, scandalous, troublesome, problematic, provocative, or dangerous, you are definitely onto something.
You
Tell
heard it
that
first.
to MIA.
I heard
Tell that to-
racism is problematic. Does that mean that she supports
Tell
racism?
that to
Madonna
Kanye.
supports racism.
Everyone share that on Twitter.
Madonna
People call
is,
her any of that stuff? Like,
she calls herself that.
Maybe
stuff.
they
Right.
did in the
because
70s,
this
Yeah.
doesn't seem very dangerous
80s.
at this
or
point.
the 80s.
You know
80s.
whose fault this is? This is Brett's fault, and I'll tell you why. On the first live stream we had of PCC, Elon Musk's mom was on Sports Illustrated, and Brett Dasowik, this guy, he was like, "Yes, queen." And we were all like, dude, this is weird and uncouth.
Did I say that?
Your endorsement of old ladies being weird has taken us here, Brett Dasowik.
Better than fat chicks.
Old ladies better than fat chicks? Well, now you got Brett's power ranking.
I mean, if you have to choose between the two, I guess.
Also, like, how much of this could be taken away with a wet wipe? Like, is that a lot of it? Is it makeup or is it filler?
This is filler.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
that's
like
just that's I don't even know.
it's reversible because you can get it dissolved, but
wouldn't
at
the
that
opposite
point
be to
you've
get the-
stretched your skin to the point where
Yeah.
it won't elasticize
We'll
back.
see. Then she would look old
It's
because
less-
the wrinkles would be there.
Right, there are less consequences when
Thank
you
you.
get fillers as a young person because your skin will, shrink back a little bit. But if you're older and you don't have the collagen, then you're kind of stuck at this point. So now, like, I don't know what I would do if I were her. And she probably has these doctors who want to like swindle her that are telling her she needs more.
I do feel bad sometimes making fun of her, but at the same time,
No, I don't-
she brings down herself.
If you
It's the
remember the fact that she has stolen African children from their families
Beyond that, just
by
like
lying to them.
the patting yourself on the back for doing absolutely nothing provocative or remarkable is worthy of chastising.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And I mean, when I remember what she's done to literally like helpless children,
Also, remember, she's
And
got kids, so
the exploitation she's facilitated with her nonprofit.
So she
I don't
has
feel bad at
kids.
all.
She's got kids, right? Imagine if imagine this was your mom or a friend, even a friend of yours mom. Like,
Dear
it's
God.
not normal behavior, right?
Well, it's like Britney Spears' teenage
Yeah.
son
yeah.
literally being bullied by his classmates probably because his mother is posting
Oh,
full
man.
frontal nudity on Instagram. Like, it's just
Yeah.
OD. Like, you got to stop or have somebody else stop you.
Have you ever seen those memes? It's like when your parents they have like your parents come into school to talk about their job, and your mom who has an OnlyFans comes in. And the
no,
kid's
but that's
crying.
hilarious.
Like, it's like
We live in a dystopia.
That's
we live
gonna
in hell.
happen.
that's the world. It's like, well, they won't call it that. They'll call it something else. She's like, she's got a fan account.
That'll be the next Lips Up TikTok
She's got
video.
her own production company of one.
Yes.
It's an adult one.
She is both performer, filmer, editor, and more.
Does it all.
I love that the effects of like being a woke wannabe shock jock actually show on the outside though. Like, in your physiognomy, you become repulsive and difficult to even lay eyes on when you are this insufferable of a person.
Jeez, Mary,
it
I'm right
reflects
here.
on the outside.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell just by looking at one of these people that they're spiritually decayed on the inside. And like, people are circulating pictures of Sam Smith from the paparazzi now doing the same thing. And once again, I don't feel bad. You made a fool of yourself. You brought this on yourself.
It's also
you wanted
annoying.
the backlash and the controversy, and you got it.
What would the perfect world to them look like where ageism doesn't exist? Would it just be her doing this and everyone celebrates her? That's not a realistic world. That's not the world we live in. There isn't a world where you don't get criticism.
Right. I think she thinks like, if you're a woman over 45, then everyone should just celebrate everything you do.
But then if you're under 45,
because you've earned it.
But here's the thing. But if you're over 45, it's ageism and misogyny. But if you criticize a woman and she's under 45, it's just misogyny.
It's sexual
They've
objectification.
got literally a tier for every stage of womanhood where they can complain and not have to take responsibility for their own actions.
I mean, it's not just women though, right? Because you see
No.
Harry Styles dressing up
He's
like a
even
little
worse.
girl, prancing about on stage.
That's just celebrity.
Acting like-
that's celebrity privilege.
You know,
It's like it's.
he's
don't even
dressing
know
like the
what
fairy
that
godmother, and then, you know, when he gets awards and accolades, he can say, "Oh, like this never happens to people like me," and then the rebuttal is obviously like, "I actually don't see this happen for anybody except
People like you.
you," and you think you're the spiritual successor to stars like David Bowie, like Prince.
Yep.
Oh, is that what that's about?
Like Freddie Mercury,
Yeah.
and you're simply not like any of them, even in your appearance. But you also don't have sex with men, so
He's
Oh, that's
appropriating
true.
not
culture.
Well,
really
that we know of.
investing
Well, Prince wasn't.
in the
yeah,
image.
he needs to go.
I just found out, by the way, that Prince was a Jehovah's Witness, which is like crazy. Imagine Prince just knocking on your
I
door.
thought he was a Catholic.
I didn't know he was.
I'm pretty sure Prince was a Jehovah's Witness.
When he
Chat,
had sex
somebody
with
in the,
men.
somebody in the chat will have to let me know that. I thought Prince was a Catholic.
Let me know.
I love when Mary spreads fake news. It's my best.
It's my favorite
part of the podcast.
activity on the internet is intentionally spreading misinformation.
So
You-
I'm
every-
gonna settle the poll here then, since we're
Okay.
on the topic here now, guys. It looks like
see it.
overwhelmingly it is believed that Jigsaw did it better.
Really?
Jigsaw did it better. You can
Yeah.
see it in
it was a decisive victory.
This photo right here. Here it is. Jigsaw did it better. 88%.
Well, the people spoke.
Loves it.
Jigsaw's also has see what the funny thing is what Jigsaw is wearing right there is what I thought Sam Smith should have worn to the that's what he could have done to be less embarrassing to himself. Just wear a red tie and a black suit.
You know what's funny? Sam Smith looks like Satan from the South Park movie.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
he does.
All right, Mary, we got some super chats there.
Yes, we do.
Can I say one thing before we go?
Yes. What is it?
So Harry Styles, I just thought like free idea for you, Harry, but you could do like a styling thing where you just call yourself Harry Styles. So like you style
He's like a
people.
stylist
Yes.
that styles people.
And I don't think Prince wasn't gay. Like we
Yeah, I
lumped
didn't
him
think
in
he
there
was.
with the other stuff there. He wasn't gay.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I
I
that we
mean
know
by saying that Harry Styles sees himself as a spiritual successor to those
Prince rules.
those artists, it's that he thinks he like invented like dressing androgynously.
Right.
Yeah, and
It's just-
Bowie didn't exist.
Simply not a thing. Andrew Jacobs said, "My work effed up on payroll last Friday, which delayed me super chatting till now. My first hot girl poster was Madonna. Don't do plastic surgery, ladies."
Yep.
I mean, the real answer is like, if you're gonna do plastic surgery, like if your heart is set on it, at least don't, lose sight of what you look like. Like, people have face dysmorphia where they like forget how they look. And that's why they go to the extremes with all of these
Crazy
fillers
chicks
and stuff.
going nuts with plastic surgery until they look like characters from The Walking Dead. That's the real pandemic.
Yeah. Dumbledore said, "It isn't often I'll describe a woman as stunning and brave, but it fits with Madonna's new face. I'm stunned. She's brave to go outside." That is all. And we are stunned. We are truly stunned.
Very stunned. Thank
James
you.
Orenthal Wen said, "Y'all watch the 2 seasons of Amazon Prime's Hunters? And if so, any commentary on the story? Also, Post Malone prophetic in 2019 with Hollywood's Bleeding."
Yeah, James sent me a message earlier because I posted the old song from Post Malone, Internet. It's one of my favorite songs. It's only short.
He's
it's
so good.
It's like 2 minutes long, but it's really, really good. I have not seen Hunters. I do have another suggestion for people, though, and I meant to bring this up the other day. There's a show, I believe it's on Paramount Plus right now. It's called Blood and Treasure, and it came out in 2019. It's got Matt Barr, who's literally so good looking, like he can't play anything other than Handsome Adventurers. It's like literally like anything else, he looks out of place. And the girl in it is just smoking hot. Like, and it's kind of in the vein of like Indiana Jones meets White Collar meets, like it's very, very, very like sanitized for TV adventure hunter type stuff. She doesn't quite have Matt Bomer's charisma. He doesn't quite have the charisma of Harrison Ford, but it's fun. And there's 2 seasons up on there. It's a little girl boss heavy in the pilot, but it gets like they tone it down after that.
I feel like when they want a hot chick in the movie now, they just call Ana de Armas. It's like, hey,
if this show I'm talking about had been a movie, it would have been. And like you can absolutely. In fact,
Sorry, stink bug on your mouse.
on my yeah.
I like walk.
That's Bill. We're good friends.
Sorry.
Get out the computer duster.
Like we're good friends. But yeah, it's called Blood and Treasure, and I think everyone here could at least enjoy the first season. It's fun. So
Big Dave sent us $1 without a message. Thank you,
Big
Big
Thank
Dave.
you.
He also said, Mary, are you going to read the Apple chats with the helium for $14.99?
Yes,
or do
we
we
will
get
round
the
up.
Apple tax and need to pay $19.99? Yeah, we'll round up a cent for you. It's fine.
So look at this. This would be Ana de Armas if they did this with another. If this had been a movie and they had Ana de Armas money, they would have cast Ana de Armas in that role.
BMF Nate Dogg said Nintendo Direct at 5 p.m. Woot. Wait, what?
It's basically an event where Nintendo announces what's coming.
Okay.
Yep.
Porco Rosso Forever said, mystery meat. Good one, Mary. Who said you women can't be funny? Thanks for saving the world that one time. And he said, I'm so excited for episode 400, which we will be celebrating on Wednesday.
Why does everybody have to gaslight on this show? It's not
do you mean?
healthy. It's not
This is
safe.
such a toxic environment.
It's very toxic, guys.
Happy 400, you guys.
300.
Matt's-
But I said episode 190 something the other day. Like I screwed up badly. Like
Matt's S-Box Emporium said, you're all shills for the poultryarchy. That props up Big Egg. I can't read that part. And stand with Ian.
we love you.
The episode just came out about the poultryarchy for Cass Castle, so go check that out.
Poultryarchy.
I haven't even seen it yet. Never Shout
have I.
Nay said, unrelated, but not all Disney fans are unified. The sycophants are known as pixie dusters.
Yeah, that's what they're
my
called.
God.
They talk about it on Clownfish TV.
Please check out Mickey Views, Offhand Disney, or WDW News Today for more of an even-keeled, business-oriented perspective.
I do read WDW News. Like I do read that stuff. The Walt Disney World director, whatever. Like I followed that stuff, those articles as well. It's very like it's industry heavy on a lot of it, so we don't cover a lot of it here. Like the people who love Disney, like when Clownfish TV covers Disney, they cover a lot of the business side of it because they're actually shareholders in Disney as well. So they're like all super excited about the investor call and everything because like they hate the way Disney's going, but they want the company to do better. Like I just want Bob Iger to just kick rocks. Like that's all. I really care
and
about.
be replaced with someone worse.
Yeah, sure. Get
woman, God forbid.
Let David Zaslav take over Disney too and fire everyone.
Porco Rosso Forever said Prince was a Jehovah's Witness. He was
didn't know
not
that.
gay. He also had one of his mansions demolished because it was full of demons. # no homo.
I didn't know that about him being a Jehovah's Witness. I did not know that. So that's cool.
CK said, you ever notice that the media complains # Oscars so white, # Oscars so male, etc. until only insert group can win. Then that group acts as if they're crushing it when they've eliminated the competition. Yeah,
Funny
I
how
mean,
that works, right?
if you need to be spoon-fed all of your W's, are they really W's?
And then we've got 2 more, and then we'll move on. They're just at the bottom there.
RS
One message retracted, and
Chaff sent us $2 without a message.
All right, we are moving on,
Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
So, Batgirl was, or no, I'm sorry, even worse, guys. We got an even worse one. So, after ruining documentaries for everyone, Prince Harry and Meghan are now threatening to make rom-coms.
I know that they had a deal with Netflix
Yep.
that they penned in 2020. See, I used the verb penned.
That was good. Now use crestfallen.
And it was
I
supposed
was
to
just
be.
gonna say it.
Ah, bro.
Yeah,
just gonna
yeah.
say it.
Why'd you ruin it?
I was like, that
for
almost had me
Carter?
crestfallen, but you got there first.
I don't know how many years that was gonna last. Are they still on their Netflix deal?
Yeah, they're still there.
Okay, in that case, it means that Harry and Meghan are about to produce romantic comedy films and fun television series.
Can you think
for
of anything
Netflix.
less fun
So they're
than
making an
something
OnlyFans.
than something?
They're like the least fun and romantic people on the planet.
Seriously.
Imagine like the least kind, least happy couple. You know what it is too?
Me and Brett.
The couples that post a lot together on social media, you know they're not happy because they fake it. Like any
Oh, man.
couple that posts a suspicious amount of pictures together, you just know as soon as that camera's done, they're yelling at each
If
other.
they have every
just
month
look at Chris
anniversary,
Watts.
Yeah.
if they post about month anniversaries or week anniversaries, then that's a red flag for sure.
So imagine what Meghan Markle thinks is romantic and what Prince Harry thinks is funny. Combine them and imagine the 9.5 people on the planet who would also find that fun and funny.
Well, what they think is romantic is
Gaslighting
being a
people?
martyr.
Yes.
So
Being a
that's
victim.
exactly what is going to be reflected in their movies, I'm sure. This this says their Netflix documentary series, Harry and Meghan, which honestly I regret not reviewing, was billed as their love story. And now the Duke and Duchess plan to harness their own experiences as star-crossed lovers to make rom-coms. I hate the victimhood narrative that Harry and Meghan are star-crossed lovers, that they had a forbidden relationship, when in
Queen
reality,
was like, you can't marry her.
like that never happened.
Coming
But-
from racist parents.
yeah, exactly.
The Queen was like, she's not the right color.
Yeah,
mean-
like Meghan acts
I'm
like
picturing the trailer.
she moved to the UK and everyone just started hate criming her in the streets for being
I
black.
had to leave for her own safety.
She's barely even black. She even said in interviews that in the US she was never treated like a black woman.
He's Hall of Fame whipped.
Yeah.
He's like
I've
number
never
one,
seen anything like
Yeah.
it.
first, second, and third. I mean, imagine
He's on a
leaving-
child leash.
Imagine leaving like royalty titles for a psycho.
He's so far in now, too. Like,
Yeah.
There's no way back.
There's
for him.
documentaries about it. Like,
Do you
it's,
guys ever
man.
watch those YouTubers that they like analyze body language of different celebrity interviews
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I love it.
sometimes.
like TV shows and stuff? Every time they do videos about Harry and Meghan, they're usually biased. And they're like, see, this movement of her eyes and the placement of her shoulders really means that they feel secure with each other. And like
It's media training
they,
for him.
they never, I mean, if their body language
That's
looks
true,
good or neutral, it's media training for Prince Harry.
Yeah.
But I think that the body language experts, so-called experts,
And she's an actor.
are just like making puff pieces about them because their relationship is obviously toxic.
You know why? Because there's a type of chick that just loves royalty. Have you met them? The type of chicks that they watch the wedding,
Yeah.
and they watch it from
Yeah.
their couch, and they
it's
dress
like
nice
it's
to
a
watch
niche
it.
No,
interest
I've-
in America, but like all of the UK is like that.
My mom loved the royal family.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. My mom.
And now that like
My
we
mom
don't
looked like Princess
have Diana
Really?
anymore, and Kate Middleton is just kind of like milk toast,
we
then
love
you have
Kate
to
Middleton,
focus
though.
Kate
all of
Middleton's
your
a babe.
energy on hating Harry and Meghan.
Damn.
I do wish that I had hate watched
wow, she did.
Yeah.
the Harry and Meghan series.
Yeah, it's I'm not. I'm very glad that I've only got so many years left on this planet, and watching any
a
of
lot of
it
time to
with
commit
them
there,
on
yeah.
this planet is too much time.
We're watching Velma. You really don't have room
No,
to
no,
talk.
I would actually rather watch Velma and be
Whoa.
miserable than watch Harry and Meghan and be
So
miserable.
here's what their inside source said. There will be more of a heavy focus on fictional scripted content. It'll be rom-coms, feel good, and lighthearted programs.
There is not like what does Meghan Markle like that's lighthearted?
What do they feel
Was
good
she only
about?
called a little bit racist one day, and that was like really nice to her? Like she was only given like a couple of racist insults, therefore she thought that was a good day. That's what she likes. She likes being a victim.
Never in Meghan Markle's life has she actually
Also,
been the victim of racism.
It also says fun content that informs, but also gives hope. I don't want to be informed.
Infotainment?
I don't want to be informed. I want Hollywood to embrace ignorance. I don't want you to teach me a lesson. You are not smart enough to teach anyone a lesson, nor are you moral enough to teach any of us any type of rules for living. You're not Jordan Peterson, and you're not any type of guru. You're horrible people that have jobs that indoctrinate the next generation of children. It is not your job to do any of those things, and Harry and Meghan are even worse because they're not funny and they're not romantic. It would be like hiring me to teach a basketball court,
They're
like to
funny
play basketball.
to laugh at, not
Yeah,
with.
yeah. I was gonna say like this might be interesting because it would be more fun to watch them try and act like something they're not. But then,
Well, I mean, this is like is the idea that they're going to produce them, right? So they're not going to write them.
Yeah, they're claiming they're not going to be on camera because they prefer to
what?
be.
No, it's
Oh, well,
they
never mind.
They own a production company. So, but
Wait, so they're gonna write the stories?
No, so the idea here is like, what does Meghan Markle sit at home and dream about seeing in a
Right.
rom-com? She's like,
great.
I love Matthew McConaughey, and I love J-Lo, like the most milquetoast rom-com
She
people
says
you can
she's
think
watched
of.
all of the Julia Roberts rom-coms.
Oh my god,
Actually,
she
okay,
would.
hey, I can get behind that. If
I
we're,
think that
if we're
they're
gonna go
gonna-
back to like, what if she's like super, like she's like
Miss
super,
Congeniality.
like she ends up doing like she has
How to
like
Lose
her
a Guy in
own
10
Great
Days.
American Family and doesn't do anything but straight couples and becomes super based.
They're gonna make a dramatized version of their own love story, if you can call it that, called When Harry Met Meghan.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
very nice.
Are you excited?
Wait, that's serious?
Is that serious?
It's gonna be a cultural moment. No, it's
Okay.
not confirmed, but rumors.
Yeah, marketing woman extraordinaire.
Yeah,
Love that.
honestly, your influence on me is showing.
My daughter.
Here's a quote from Meghan Markle to Variety
Markle.
from last year.
Dude, I
Wow.
got some in the hair too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the
They're basically
stink bug.
co-hosts at this point.
They want me.
People
Really
love
bad.
love. I'm not excluded in that sentiment, and our definition
I
of
am a
love
human.
is really expansive. Partner love, self-love, of course, self-love.
No.
And the love of community and family.
Stop right there. No it's time to bring back self-loathing. It's time to stop pretending like
time.
we're all like super confident in ourselves.
not.
I'm
Well,
down.
I am.
I'm
I mean-
done with pride. I'm done with being proud of who you are. It's time for everyone to embrace a little bit more self-hatred every once in a while.
Don't you
I'm
think
just
that
saying.
there's a happy medium
Nope.
between
Nope.
self-loathing
not for
and
at least
self-love?
10 years.
Self
We've had enough.
crestfallenness.
We've had enough pride for a lifetime. It's time for at least a decade of self-loathing.
Okay, I mean, if we have to balance the scales, so be it. And also,
So be it.
An
Yeah,
that was
anonymous
a weird-
friend.
So be it. It's like
Pronunciation.
my version of podcast.
It's like Soviet.
It's not one word, Brett. That's the difference.
Mary communist confirmed.
One of their anonymous sources said, the couple has had enough of being in the spotlight for now. It was a difficult few weeks in many ways, and they want to take a step back.
Few weeks.
I thought they had
After
enough
the
of
Harry
being
and
the,
Meghan
I thought they had enough of being in the
series.
spotlight when they quit the royal family, and they wanted to leave the spotlight to not be in the
This
royal.
is going to
in the
be
public
their
eye anymore.
narrative for the entirety of their public career, is that they're constantly running from the press and they're running from the spotlight.
as they call the press to be there.
Yes, as they plan their paparazzi appearances and make documentaries about themselves and arrange interviews about their relationship and their private lives. It's the same song and dance as all celebrities, but they're even worse at playing the game.
I'm literally trying to think
Like
of
they're a
what,
sorry excuse for a Kardashian family.
Yeah.
Like they
Well,
want to be the Kardashians and they're not even as good at it.
She's not like
as
who's,
they are.
Who's the worst female Kardashian?
That's a challenge.
Probably one that I don't know the,
The
name
mom?
of.
Maybe Chris.
So she's a wannabe Kris Jenner, and he's
Damn.
an even worse Scott Disick.
So here's my take on this. She's really hot, but
Kris
I don't.
Jenner?
No.
Oh.
Merkel. What's her name?
I gotta look this
Markle.
up.
Angela Merkel.
Uncle Merkel. Absolute babe.
Dane's
He
got
likes
just
the
like
gills.
a.
Yeah.
He
Dane's
likes
got
the
a.
gills.
He's got a huge poster of Angela Merkel in his room.
Imagine. No, Megan. She's a babe, but I don't think she's ruined a historic legacy, babe. I don't
Well,
think
she
she's
already did.
there,
What do you
but
mean?
apparently she is.
What do you mean ruin a historical legacy?
Thank you, guys.
This.
All right.
Brett, you're.
He's out of control.
The 300th, guys, the one for 300 is even better. I promise you. It's so
I
good.
bet.
It's so good.
I'm looking forward to it.
Even better than
Yes.
that
Oh, way better.
disaster.
That was gonna cause internal
Way
bleeding.
better. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like your eardrums are gonna pop. Like, luckily, guys,
Epilepsy warning for episode 300.
I've
y'all.
only got one ear that works, and it's turned away from the speaker, so I'm kind of safe. It's
What
not
if
gonna.
we do strobe lights for our crisis party?
Somebody has a seizure and we get sued.
Everyone get health insurance by tomorrow.
If we give a warning before we start the show, then they can't sue us.
Yay.
That would be so great. Like, have you ever seen like when in the music video for Kanye's for All of the Lights, it's got like it's got the warning before it because of the way the
So
music
many
video's
videos
done.
do that now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about Scott Disick, he was always like a victim of circumstance, the same as like every male in that family. They're kind of just purse puppies to the women, and I think Prince Harry is the same way.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
He's completely an accessory to Meghan Markle's blue collar
I'm looking
acting
through
career.
these like the
Picture
pictures
that
come
romantic comedy
What
where
pictures?
it's like boss
When you
babe,
Google it.
Meghan Markle wannabe. Like it'll be a self insert of that, right? And it will
I can't
be,
wait.
It will be a boss babe who like needs they'll perpetuate the lie that women don't want to marry men that make more money than them. So she'll like settle for a house husband, and they'll make a movie where they pretend like women would be okay with that, with marrying a guy who just sits at home and does cleaning.
That's the
while she's
future
a
of
CEO.
rom-coms, though.
It's not.
I mean, it's even been in rom-coms since the 2000s. If you remember The Devil Wears Prada,
Yeah.
she had like a live-in boyfriend.
But that's like the
who
one
was
where-
just like, I really support your career, sweetie.
But wasn't he like a master chef too?
That's an example of like
remember what
one
he
that
did for
works.
a
But like
living.
in
I
general,
just outed myself.
women like I was watching a video yesterday. He's like women like because I was watching a video where he was dissecting the reason why Marvel.
Who's they?
His name's Zach. So he was talking about why does Marvel keep trying to make movies for women when women don't want to watch?
Severely not
And
interested.
He's like women like 4 types of movies. Like they like reality TV, they like boss babe, like professionals. So like detectives, doctors, anything you can clock out at 5 p.m. Boss babe detective that can
Sure.
clock out at 5. True
Not
crime.
only clock out at 5 though.
Yeah.
Go home with a glass of wine.
Oh
Yes.
God.
Lay back and have a box of chocolates at the end of the day.
True crime and romance stories. That's what women like. I don't buy that Meghan Markle will make one of those types of movies. I don't. I don't think. I think she'll try to make it Boss Babe and it'll fail.
That's why I think, by the way, that Discovery Plus has really gotten in their bag. Like,
Yeah.
they have a list of their content that is like solid. It's like lifestyle, cooking, food, whatever,
House-
true crime, reality TV, relationships,
House Hunters and stuff like that.
all
too.
of that
Yeah.
stuff in one.
Yep.
And they just know what their bag is. Meanwhile, all these other streaming services are floundering. They don't know who they are.
It's literally a microcosm of the problem with comics, right? Like they keep trying to find the phantom audience that isn't there. Just do what you're good at.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. It's not that hard to
really
be
not.
like. It's hard to get to the size of these companies, but once you're the size of these companies, you just like you said, get in your bag, stick to what you're good at.
That reminds me, someone responded to my take from our review of episode 3 of The Last of Us and said, oh, what? You don't want themes? You just want an hour of Joel and Ellie bantering and killing the infected a week?
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's exactly what I
literally
want.
just
I
that.
just want them to understand what the audience wants. That is it.
No, I want
That is
more
it.
homoerotic
More
theater.
AIDS awareness, gay
Damn, okay.
soap operas.
The funny thing about this is, if they had done the same thing and it was a straight couple, it would have been just as much of a distraction.
Just as bothersome, but
It
I
would have
say,
made
like,
no. It would have made. It would have
less
been just as
agenda-driven,
much,
at least.
less of an agenda, but it would have been just as much of a distraction from the main story. Right?
Anyway, reeling it back to our main story, I just wanted to mention there's like a mass exodus from their production company right now. So it looks like Archwell has lost its internal content head. They lost their.
Is the diversity, equity, and inclusion officer still there though? That's the real question.
I wonder if they have one.
Oh, they've got a whole
They
department.
lost the lead of their marketing team, Dane. There's an opening for you.
They lost their Dane.
They lost their COO and they lost their head of audio.
Trust me,
all
they've
in
never
the
had a
last
Dane
year
in their life.
because of their move towards scripted content. So I wonder, like, what kind of goblins are going to replace them, and then what horrible content are they about to produce? And I can't wait to see it.
I don't think that they're even capable of making good rom-coms like this anymore because straight relationships are so demonized. in a way where it's not possible. They can't do it well anymore. Like they don't see that, they don't understand that it's still marketable, that people will still, that one from Sandra Bullock last year did over $100 million. I don't remember what the name of that movie was, but that one she made last year with Channing Tatum made like $100 million. Because it was like an adventure rom-com, but it was still a rom-com.
I love that Jennifer Lopez has become like the face of rom-coms at this point.
She's homely, smoking hot at the same time.
I don't think she's homely. That's
but no, in the movies,
a bold statement.
in the movies they portray her, that they dress her down
to make her more relatable.
Yes,
I guess.
yeah, no, they do. And plus, everyone knows that she hit it out of the park with Made Manhattan back in like 2000. Yeah.
Brett, you like J-Lo movies?
Oh no. I
I?
just saw this
Really?
other report from
this gonna be a thing?
Telegraph. Prince Harry was a candidate to host SNL, and I know that
Oh my God.
the offer is not off the table yet.
I mean,
oh, no.
did anybody here watch the
No,
dystopian Mario Kart SNL skit from last week with Pedro Pascal?
No.
They do like, it's supposed to be a trailer for The Last of Us. Guys, when this stream is over today, you guys should all go check this out. It was like the first time signed that SNL has been funny in a very long time. Basically, it's supposed to be like The Last of Us, but it's like gritty SNL, but it's supposed to be like gritty video game adaptation, but it's just Mario Kart. And
Was it good?
the trailer's
An Elseworld Mario.
Yeah, it's an Elseworld Mario Kart story, and he goes, I'm a and it's like him and all the other characters. He goes like, I'm a complicated character, and like, what makes you complicated? I'm bisexual. So all the characters are complicated and nuanced because they're bisexual. It's great.
Love that.
So yes, I shudder to think as to what the hell Meghan Markle would find to be romantic. Is it yelling at the guy? Is that romantic to her?
By the way, these people, they can literally not do it. They have no creativity, so it'll just be their lives. Like, it's gonna be a movie of a guy who leaves the family for her because racism, and it's literally just gonna be their life, and she's like, they'll never get it.
We can't really have rom-coms anymore because people are so full of hate.
No, they can like a lot of people
humorless.
believe that. They're like, rom-coms worked until the divorce rate went above 50%, and it would be like making a movie about buying your first house now. Like is that not like how is that still a thing? How do we have shows about buying houses when nobody can afford a house anymore?
Listen, rom-coms worked because the guy was desirable for women and the woman was desirable for men. And so you could be like, oh, I'm that guy, I want a girl like her, and she'd think the opposite and equal, right? Now they just get Lizzo with George Clooney.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell is going on?
And everyone has to pretend that that's actually what people would want.
Yeah, that's what George Clooney is dating.
Yeah.
Lizzo.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
No.
hasn't anybody here seen This Is
Because
Us?
he is the bigger person.
I mean, actually.
But no, I got
Love
it.
that.
All right, we got some super chats there, Mary.
Raventhor said, posting too much positive propaganda about yourself backfires because it's boasting. For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. Very true.
And that's funny too, calling it propaganda, positive propaganda about yourself. There's got to be like a happy medium, right? Like you can't be like, I kind of have like I get in that bad habit of being self-deprecating sometimes too much. And then like I'll read back stuff I wrote on a different day and be like, well, that was annoying. Like I could see where people would find it annoying.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to find a happy medium, somewhere in the middle.
X said, good placement, Raventhor. Unusable Alpaca said, from the greatest Bond movie of all time, GoldenEye, Pierce Brosnan has a new show called History's Greatest Heists with Pierce Brosnan.
Ooh.
God, Pierce Brosnan is not the best James Bond.
Interesting.
People need to...
Well, at least you're wrong with conviction.
Dude,
Well, I thought that the official NPC opinion was that Sean Connery is the best.
nah, the NPC opinion is Pierce Brosnan.
No, the NPC. No,
Sean Connery ruled.
The NPCs are disagreeing on what the NPC
I
is.
disagree with you, Dave.
It's Sean Connery.
It is not Sean Connery.
I am the
It is
algorithm,
Pierce
okay?
Brosnan. I am the update. No, you're right.
Okay.
I prefer Pierce Brosnan, but that's just because I think a lot of people, they prefer whichever one they grew up with, and that's who I grew up with.
tell you,
I watched GoldenEye and
Yeah,
The
me
World Is
too.
Not Enough over the weekend.
Tell you, this Dazzlevik's getting uppity. Okay?
Um,
I don't like it.
He's getting big for his britches.
Real big.
What are britches? I don't even know what britches
I don't know.
are.
Pants.
Is that what britches
They're
are?
pants, except you wore them in the 1700s.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep, that was what I was gonna say.
KMF opposers said, are Harry and Meghan the 2020s version of Sid and Nancy minus all of the drugs and murder?
That doesn't sound fun at all.
That would be pretty
No.
sad if that was the
That
case.
means they just fight, and there's, that's it.
That's not very fun.
Jimbo said, in 12 years, Meghan Markle will be divorced and on reality TV like MILF Manor. That seems like her trajectory.
Oh
No,
my
she's
God.
That's
she's
where
got-
she would be without Harry.
Sign me up.
Where will he be,
She's
though?
got enough success as an actor prior that she can go back to acting if that was to happen.
Can
Like-
he go back to the
or
royal
she or she
family?
would go to The View.
Oh, she would be the
Wow.
perfect,
She would go to The View.
the perfect candidate for The View in the worst way possible.
It's the most I'm actually angry at how insufferable it is. and it
Imagine
hasn't even
Meghan
happened
Markle verbally abusing Candace Cameron Bure
Yeah.
because she's
Don't-
conservative.
Imagine her and Whoopi like going back and forth, giving like increasingly garbage takes.
Like Whoopi's like something bad about the Holocaust, and then
oh, something worse.
yeah.
It reminds
Oh my
me,
God.
I forgot to mention this, but Joy Behar's incident, like swinging her leg up on the table on The View the other day.
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not retiring. I'm like Joe Biden.
I'm gonna get.
Like, how's that going for Biden?
Did anybody
though?
see that Bono was at the
Yeah.
State of the Union last night?
Why?
Really?
I, I was hoping that they were going to make him testify for that album he put on everybody's iPhones.
I figured out how to delete that, by the way.
Yeah, you can delete it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's but like what was he doing there? Like he just
I have no idea.
I like the idea that he doesn't like going anywhere, but he just likes to put like CO2 in,
I mean-
like O2 into the atmosphere. He's like he just
They
likes
invite
his,
random celebrities to the White House all the time.
I love the idea that he just loves carbon emissions, so he uses his jet a lot while complaining about climate change.
I think this is just like strictly keeping him relevant. His person, whoever manages him, probably was like, "You've got a seat at this. You
Yeah.
just stand there or sit there and wear sunglasses and be Bono. You don't even have to say anything."
Best seat in town.
Yeah,
They're like propping up his corpse.
How old? I wonder how old Bono is. He's gotta
Probably
be in
like
his
200.
60s, right?
That's a quick Google.
Fact check. Pull that
How
up,
old
Jamie.
is
We really do. I think all
I'm
producers.
sorry, Jaime.
I think
I was gonna say that, but I was like,
if
wait,
we
dude.
hire our own
62.
Jamie, it would be Jaime.
Jaime.
Jaime. I'm not saying it like that.
Bullying.
Well, how old is Bono then?
Bullying.
62.
62? All right. Noah Freger said, Brett will feel my pain. I dressed as Casey Jones for Halloween, hockey sticks and all, and everyone thought I was an athletic Jason Voorhees.
The question is, was it gray sweatpants season? Because in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, he's got the gray sweatpants with the white shirt and the vest on. And he's got the hockey stick. And he goes, "Ooh, who's the babe?" And then he goes, "Who?"
Lauren Boebert.
Yes, that's exactly who the babe was. It was if April O'Neil was to be played by a politician, it would be played by Lauren Boebert.
Hell yeah.
Matt's S-Box Emporium said, we won't live in the human coop or eat the mealworms.
I'm not eating any mealworms.
Remember the idea that was floated for crisis parties that we would just get
Showered with
showered
mealworms.
with mealworms?
I mean,
I'm
it could be
glad that
Skittles
didn't
or
happen.
something.
Convincing Reality said, did you know Meghan Markle's half-sister is looking to bring a civil case against her and Harry for defamation?
What?
In part, as Meghan said, she's an only child?
Yeah, I read that earlier.
That is crazy. Yeah, and I think I saw these headlines that were saying, like, Meghan is having a hard time scraping up the evidence on her side.
Yep.
Samantha
CMF Nate
Markle.
Dogg said,
Sobe.
Sobe was a great beverage.
I never really
What
liked
is that?
Sobe. It was like a tea type
it
drink.
was all the rage,
It's not. Yeah,
but I didn't like it either.
I didn't really like it. Let's hold off on the rest and we'll come
Okay.
back. All right, guys. So I mentioned this the other day, but it bears repeating, and I want to laugh a little bit at this. Think about this. In a world where some producer who's absolutely out of his gourd thought it was a good idea to give Harry and Meghan their own rom-coms, Batgirl was so bad that DC Studios did in fact call it unreleasable because it would cause permanent damage to the DC brand. Just think about that. A company as crappy right now as DC and Batgirl would have caused permanent damage to the brand.
He let it slip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So the best part is he called, like, the movie's so bad that he called David Zaslav brave and bold for not releasing
Stunning
it.
and brave.
Stunning and brave.
David Zaslav. Go off, King.
He says he says, I saw the movie. There was a lot of incredibly talented people in front and behind the camera on that film, but the film was not releasable. It happens sometimes. The film was not releasable. He adds that he believed that canceling it was a stunning and brave choice. He says, I actually think that David Zaslav and the team made a very bold and courageous decision to cancel it because it would have hurt DC. It would have hurt those people involved. I really think they stood up to the support. They stood up to support DC, the characters, the story, the quality, and all that.
The quality.
Yeah.
Heavy emphasis on the quality of the movie. So even though we were lied to early on in this story saying that it had nothing to do with quality and it was just about tax write-offs.
Yeah. I bet the movie ruled.
It was a quality issue. It was quality control.
Look, guys. I'm right now. I've been going off about this on Twitter and on my Instagram. I'm watching Mortal Kombat Conquest. It's the worst show I've ever seen in my entire life, and I've watched it with more attention to detail than I've watched anything in like 10 years. It's so bad that it's actually shocking. If that show can get made, then this must be awful.
Brett, this is why I don't get you, dude. So you're hate watching and enjoying more. You're not hate watching. You're generally enjoying Mortal Kombat.
Genuinely enjoying.
Yeah, because it's bad.
It's so
Why
bad.
don't you get reality television? It's literally that. It's literally Mary, please, Maria, come on.
I think that
Help your daddy.
you have made a bad judgment saying that reality TV is trash.
There we go.
Did I say that? I said it doesn't interest me.
No, I mean,
no.
you've said that it's like it's salacious garbage, it's trash, it's like lowbrow, you know, like that kind of thing. Yes, it's lowbrow, but what we're like asserting here is that there is a place for that in entertainment.
Yes, there absolutely is.
And they're trying to replace it with...
Right, and that place is America, okay?
Yeah.
It's your birthright to watch horrible strangers absolutely spurg out.
Maybe there's something about it for me where it's like knowing that these are not completely characters and that they're actual human beings like this somehow makes it grosser
But there's
to me.
something so intensely meritocratic about reality TV. Like, you literally can get voted off. And then your success after the show entirely depends on your performance on the show. Like, that's America, baby. Those are American values.
Well, yeah, we
USA.
support, ever since Big Brother and Road Rules back in the 90s, we support bad television. And I do believe that it is your birthright as an American citizen to watch
It's
such
yours.
things. But it's just reality. Like, I'm not saying that that makes it bad. I'm saying that I have no interest in watching it. I do, however, believe that there might be a market in 10 years where maybe DC and Warner Brothers Discovery are on better financial footing, where they can buy back they can pay the government back for the write-off and release this movie just for the lulz.
Reality television is basically Shakespeare compared to the girl boss genre.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well,
okay.
The girl boss genre just meaning like
Women.
any like
No.
Women, am I right?
I don't know. I feel like if they're gonna write female characters like this, you might as well dump it on streaming. Nobody's gonna watch
It's
it.
also really funny too because I'm watching this show and like there's a scene where Kung Lao is like going through this square and a guy just comes up to him and offers him a bunch of women. And he's like, basically like, I'm busy. I've got stuff to do. I'm like, so this guy's like literally slave trafficking women. He's just basically like leaves them be.
Interesting.
It was ancient times. It's like, and all the women wear like the most hilariously inappropriate outfits all the time.
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s. It was so good.
We could do anything.
Like
Will Smith was cool.
yes. Yeah, of course.
Carter, you remember Will Smith being cool? Dude, Mary,
I'm sure everyone here remembers Will Smith being cool except for me.
literally, she didn't live in the get jiggy with it era.
Superhero movies are the best movies, says Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat 1 was fire. He's talking to somebody else. Yes, that was Bridget Wilson, who I believe married Pete Sampras, the tennis player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that
she was
guy.
smoking hot in that movie. But like this show takes place after the first two movies. Did you ever see Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the really, really bad one?
No.
There's this famous line in that movie where Princess Katana says to Sindel, she goes, "Mother, you're alive." And Sindel goes, "Too bad you will die.
Based.
And everyone hates that line. Every line in the show is that bad.
I love it.
If not worse than that line. It's like
the State of the Union.
yeah, kind of. Like everything's done in a way where the camera's like static the whole time. There's no movement. It's just like they plopped it on a tripod and everyone's looking off vaguely into the distance. I bet Batgirl was that bad.
He would just
Even
doing
Brendan
cocaine,
Fraser,
being hot, and phoning it in. The 90s.
and like all the women who have like guest starring roles were all Playboy models in the show.
Based.
It's like all and like Jamie Presley has like a 3-episode arc in it.
Yeah, and now everyone thinks they're a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, stop trying so hard. Just
Seriously.
put like.
I'm asking, like, who are these girl boss characters for? Like, who identifies with them? And the only reasonable conclusion is, okay, it's Brett. And no, I'm kidding. But the reasonable conclusion is like it's for weak-willed women.
Yeah.
It's for like the most weak-minded herd mentality, meek, mousy, dowdy, frumpy women to identify with.
mousy.
A hot woman who can command a room. That will never be the women identifying with the character.
No, and
ever.
I think that's partially because society used to be more aspirational. So a woman, I mean, to be fair, the show I'm talking about was no women were watching that show. It was all men watching that show.
Birth control time.
But a woman could watch those shows and look at Ava Mendez looking super hot. And be like, I wish I want to look like her someday. And the guys could look at the guy playing Ciro. That's the name of the guy who's supposed to be like a Johnny Cage knockoff in this show. I wish I could be in as good a shape as that guy. Guys, I believe, are still aspirational. I think guys still look at buff dudes in movies like Saving the Day and they're like, I want to be like that dude. Women see hot women in movies and feel envy.
Did the culture die with Paul Walker?
Maybe 2013. Yeah. And then it slowly started to rot away after that.
There's a difference between jealousy and envy, and it has to do with like the type of person you are, where you land on that spectrum. Like if you look at an aspirational character and you think like, I want to embody those characteristics. I know I'm not exactly like as strong or as attractive as I want to be, or maybe as virtuous as I want to be, but I'm inspired to be better by this character. But then some people look at an aspirational character and instead react by wanting to steal that from the character, and they would rather, like, there's even a difference between envy and this reaction. So like envy is wanting to take something from someone. So you specifically want them not to have it so that you can have it and not them. But then this is like, neither of us can have strength or...
I saw that coming from a mile away.
They're like, if I can't have it, no one can.
Yeah, it's like if I can't have the strength or the hotness or the relationships or the virtue that this character has, then they shouldn't either.
Yeah. It's also funny too because the proof still exists that what they're talking, like what they're trying to make, like with Batgirl and make your boss babe movies, even though we know over and over it doesn't work, standard storytelling still works. So they have approved Superman and Lois to go beyond season 3, even though they had to change Jonathan Kent's the Jonathan Kent after season 2. They're going to keep the show going because it's as close to a show about traditional family values as you can get. It's about Superman and Lois raising their sons. It's a good, wholesome story for the most part. I'm up about halfway through season 2. I'm kind of not looking forward to seeing like a Jonathan Kent that's just a different person. Like why does he look completely different? And they have to pretend like it's not a different actor because the main the kid who played Jonathan Kent left.
Isn't that the whole point of rebooting the DCU at all? Like,
that's the thing, right? Like, isn't it
you
weird
have to
that
suspend your disbelief?
But they're letting this continue, even though they're like not letting other things continue, but some stuff can. It's not a hard reset like they were saying it was going to be.
One of the comments here says, let's hire these people for more flops. That's funny. It's like still employing Ezra Miller as they want to keep on failing.
They really do. And they're talking about Ezra Miller for sequels, and they're gonna like
that's crazy.
It's almost like it's on purpose to make the other actors and actresses feel like they're losing their minds.
They're like, not only
like,
are
what
you
did
guys,
I do wrong?
Like, not only are you guys all old, you're also you're also not criminals like him. So it sucks to be.
I want someone to leak Batgirl.
Dude.
Me too, so bad.
I want to see it.
Like what? Like,
I'm too curious now.
It's funny too because Garfield Lens, like doing Garfield Lens, doing Firefly is actually like a really cool story to do because you don't see a lot of stories like it would be cool to see fire used in a story like this in a way, hopefully with practical effects and not a whole ton of CGI. That's like when I watch old movies now, that's like my favorite thing to watch is when they actually burn stuff to the ground. like they would actually use real fire in movies. When we were watching Knock at the Cabin, just the fakest fire you've ever seen burning this cabin down, and I'm just like,
and the lightning as well.
And the fake light. I mean, granted, the lightning is better than it used to be 20 years ago, but fire still is a hard one to pull off. Like it still just doesn't.
You wanted
look
them to
real.
actually burn down a cabin
Yeah,
in a forest and
yeah.
start a forest fire.
I'm okay with that.
Kill
They've got
all
insurance.
of the surrounding wildlife.
They've got insurance. It's fine. It's fine.
We insured all of the wild animals.
So,
It's
but
okay.
they're ending Titans and they're ending Doom Patrol. I know people's opinions on Titans are mixed. I quit Titans after they did Deathstroke. The S.A.
Thank
Morales.
you.
Thank you. That was a long one. I quit Titans after the S.I. Morales Deathstroke angle, but a lot of people are kind of mixed bag about that one. But I would rather watch Batgirl. Let's bring it back. Like if we could, like if I could still drink, it would be hilarious to get drunk and watch Batgirl. I just can't drink.
The thing is, we live in an opposite world. So if they think it's garbage, it probably crushed.
No, I don't think. Not in this case. I think that what they're talking about isn't to do a story. They're probably talking more about competent filmmaking, meaning like it was actually just not shot well.
What if there's Streisand affecting it though?
It's kind of already fallen out of the news cycle. Like
I wish that Brendan Fraser had weighed in on this.
he did. Yeah, he did. I forgot about that. He did.
did?
Yeah, he
Oh.
said Brendan Fraser never saw Batgirl, but he did hear good things about it. I was like, well, you maybe not have seen it, but you were in the movie, so you should have at least some opinion on it.
Did you guys
Right.
see Brendan Fraser's Fat the movie?
The Whale?
The Whale,
Well,
yeah.
Dude, I
I
saw
no
Is it
part
good?
of me wanted to watch
No, I haven't
that.
seen it. I just saw how unhealthy and crazy he looked in like a thumbnail on YouTube.
It's like the point is that he's severely depressed, clinically obese, and gay.
They conveyed
Watch
all
the
of
movie.
that.
Like I don't want
didn't know
to
he was
watch
also-
that.
See, I want to watch hot chicks and guys fight in Mortal Kombat. I don't want to watch fat people
No
get
offense,
it.
be
Brendan
miserable.
Fraser. That was Oscar bait.
Look, I don't want to watch people who look like me either. Like, I wouldn't want to watch a boring movie about a 5'5" dude from Minnesota with a job. Like, it's not interesting.
Until
it's not
there's
funny.
a movie made about you.
That-
Inevitable.
Is that
Even
kind of like
then.
every Mark Wahlberg movie, though?
No, you leave Mark Wahlberg rules.
Just saying.
I'm just saying there's a reason that you cast Jesse Eisenberg to play Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Right?
So-
Like, he's it's supposed to
Because he
be
hoards cats.
dramatizing and enhancing reality, not actually reflecting.
Or Joseph Gordon-Levitt being the leader of the head of Uber or whatever in that movie. like I'm sure it wasn't that interesting.
Jesse Eisenberg's really good at being autistic and unlikable in films.
So here's Brendan Fraser's quote. He says, "I have friends and coworkers and associates who've seen it. They all say really good things about it. But the thing about it was screened a garden variety test screening. It was a director's cut, the first cut. It wasn't finished. I don't know about you, but I don't eat half-baked cake. I don't want to see something that's not
Okay.
ready yet. I want to see it unfinished. I want to see it where like they cut a scene and you actually hear the director go cut." and like it just cuts like after the cut, like after the cut.
I'm sure they did a little bit more work on it than that. It
Like,
was just
I-
like they were waiting on CGI.
Like I want to like see her go like I want to see like something go like this like as Firefly like shoot the flamethrower and it says like insert effect here on the screen.
I'm just glad Leslie Grace had the class not to say that this got canceled because of identity reasons.
She kept it fairly neutral. That's
Props,
good.
I guess.
Just as long as she doesn't. Maybe she really hated that costume too, and was just really glad that it got canceled
It was bad.
with the droopy boob costume. That was
Droopy
gross.
boob.
No, it wasn't that. It was just that she looked like a twink.
Wow.
Like it made her
Wait,
look
who?
male.
Leslie Grace. She was the star of the movie.
That costume was awful.
So, all right, we got a couple of super chats.
X said,
Oh my God.
"Mary, all of your pigments are in your heart."
What? Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thanks for that.
KV said, "Favorite expressions: Brett proud of himself, Mary fired up, Dane given up, Carter vibing."
Yes.
Dane hasn't given up.
What? I give up?
He's still here.
I'm here, guys.
He's caffeinated.
I'm highly caffeinated.
He
Yeah.
is. I saw it in the chat.
Brandon M said, first super chat, but I have not missed an episode in 2 months.
Awesome.
Thank you, Brandon M.
Brett is batting... Wait, what?
1,000.
1,000 with his show recommendations. Mary is beautiful, but her personality and opinions make her an absolute 10. You could have ended that very differently. You said, Mary is beautiful, but her personality is just god-awful.
She's a negative 11 with that personality and those opinions.
Wayward Soul, but thank you for being a loyal listener, though.
Thank you.
Wayward Soul said, J-Lo smoking a doob in the cell equals forever. What?
Do you guys watch
I
J-Lo
heard
movies?
that, but-
Do you guys
Dude, I
watch
can't
Well,
stand
no.
J-Lo.
as an I don't even
What is the one coming up with her mother? It's like,
wasn't Mother the one with Jennifer?
or it's like The Mother.
Oh, The Mother. Okay. Mother was that horrible movie with
No,
Jennifer.
Yeah,
not the
very
J-Lo
sad.
one.
Yeah.
The J-Lo one.
Not J-Law, J-Lo.
Yeah.
It's different laws or
Yes.
different J's. Different J's.
Thought Mother was
All
like
getting
an
so
AI
confusing.
movie. Never mind.
Okay. X said, jealousy is not wanting someone to have something so you can have it instead. Envy is wanting to have something as well. I don't know. People flip back and forth on which one is which.
That is the culture behind like identity politics in comics in these movies, right? So like characters aren't allowed to be hot anymore because these chicks don't want to go to the gym.
By the way,
I know that sounds mean, but that's what it is. The dudes see these characters and they hover between just being like, cool, even if I don't go to the gym, I don't begrudge this dude. He's a literal god. Why would I? He's supposed to look like that. The women want the characters, even like, if I have to see frumpy Wonder Woman, that shouldn't be a thing. She's
Right.
She's an Amazonian goddess. There's no reason for.
well, we did get a frumpy Wonder Woman.
They're gonna put Mindy Kaling as Wonder Woman.
Don't even speak that into existence.
She'll make it
dude.
some garbage.
Don't even speak that into
Hi,
existence.
Wonder Woman, pronouns they,
no. We're moving on. So before they catch on.
X, since we now know that you're a school teacher, can you tell us what is going on Valentine's Day for your students? Because we talked about how Valentine's Day is going to be canceled, and
could they?
everyone has to be equally miserable.
Yeah, no one's allowed to be happy.
Tell us what the rules
Way
are.
ahead of you.
Bobcat said, of course you have to burn down the forest for a good movie. Those squirrels were up to something anyway.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
They were
Like,
making
look,
trouble.
if they're gonna make a C-list M. Night Shyamalan movie with no twist and the squirrels have to die, so be it.
That was weird. There was no twist. That definitely, Wesley had a great point. He said that Knock at the Cabin could have been like a half-hour long short film and it would have had the same content and the same impact.
Yeah. They
Like-
just cut down like all the scenes around the 4 home invaders and cut it down and just they wouldn't be so spaced out. The deaths of each of the characters wouldn't have been so spaced out.
Right.
Yeah.
It could have been condensed.
But
a lot.
I will say, guys, that movie is proof that that Dave Bautista is not a slouch. He actually knows how to act. Like his role in Glass Onion is very different from his role in Knock at the Cabin, and I think he plays them both very, very well. He might actually do better to not become stereotyped, to become kind of typecast the way The Rock has.
wrestler?
Yeah, Dave Bautista.
Wow, damn.
Like because what he played in Skyfall is very. Was it Skyfall or was it Spectre that he was in? Somebody in the chat will let me know. But the role he played in the Bond movie is very different from who he plays in Glass Onion, which is very different from who he plays in this movie. He would do better to not be as
he was in
typecast.
Spectre.
Yeah, he seems like he would be on a better path to not end up being typecast the way The Rock has been typecast as an actor. Like it's funny because I went back and I rewatched Hobbs and Shaw and I watched the G.I. Joe movie that The Rock's in and they're so bad. Like Hobbs and Shaw is good. The G.I. Joe movie's so bad and I love it. It's awesome. Like it's Bruce Willis. It just makes no sense and it's awesome. I don't care if it's bad.
I sense a pattern.
But yeah, but it's like they're fun though. They're fun.
Yeah.
That's the point. They're fun. They're not annoyingly woke.
And I bet they don't have.
And it's got Adrian Palicki who's just smoking hot.
I bet they're not snarky.
No, they're not. No. That's kind of the long and the short of it, right? Is movies without they're not pretentious. I hate pretentiousness.
Or there's a pretentious character and he's hated.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
talk down to that person.
Like it's not
Or
a protagonist.
they learn to not be as pretentious.
Okay, here's a funny example. in one of Michael Bay's Transformers movies, there's a line where like one of the soldiers is like talking to another soldier in Spanish, and he goes, "English, dude," and that like he makes like a racist comment to that dude, and he's like the first soldier to die.
Damn.
like the line is racist, but the dude gets his comeuppance. Like it makes perfect sense. One more.
Dollclick said they can't write well with so many woke SJW rules. They're subsidized for that. Trying to write is impossible-ish. That's why Velma just said, F it, I'll just hate all and be impossible like this society is.
No, that's actually exactly what it is. Like, imagine the handcuffs that are on every writer right now, and the most successful ones are the ones that are either producers as well, meaning like a Tom Cruise and the people that, and like Christopher McQuarrie or whatever who writes for him, Taylor Sheridan who produces for himself, or someone like Christopher Nolan who gets to write in his own movies and is so successful that they just can't muzzle him. They don't get to.
Christopher Nolan does whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, like he is allowed to because his his box office gives him that right.
And James Cameron is the same.
Yes,
He
exactly.
can get Matthew
Aliens
McConaughey.
with a dollar sign.
Oh my God, he's so base.
Christopher Nolan can do whatever he wants to such a level that he can get Matthew McConaughey and be like, yeah, he's a scientist. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, he can really just do anything.
Dude,
And then James Cameron can be like, Kate Winslet is a teenager.
it makes perfect sense. Dude,
It makes sense.
did you see somebody? They're selling like you know, like for like collecting, like if you've got your card decks and stuff that you collect, like if people that collect baseball cards and they put the cards in there, like with the plastic folds.
You do know I played Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. But I'm saying like they
I'm
have
aware.
like a replica book of like Leonardo DiCaprio's drawing book from Titanic for that because of the meme where it's like him showing Kate Winslet the pictures and he opens it up and it's Yu-Gi-Oh cards or it's Pokemon cards.
Based.
Or he was like drawing that like S symbol.
Or the other one's like it's like him. They do like it's like her in the car that he's drawing her, but it's a stick figure, and it cuts to the one from Django Unchained where he's making the face, where he's going. Good stuff. And then there's
Save the rest, or
yeah, we'll save the rest. We will
All
move
right.
on, guys. All right. Do you want to tell us about the Church of Satan, Mary?
well,
Wow. What an intro.
unsurprisingly, the Church of Satan was unimpressed
Not impressed.
with Sam Smith's performance at the Grammys with Kim Petras, performing literally the song called "Unholy."
Yep.
And you know what? I never thought I would say it, but I have some common ground with the Church of Satan on this.
The Magister, David Harris.
We found it.
So I guess the Church of Satan has their own version of a pope, and
Wow.
his name is David Harris, and he was asked to comment on this appearance, and he said it was a lot of attractive people prancing around in nice outfits. And the organization prefers Lil Nas X's Montero Call Me By Your Name music video, in which he descends to hell on a stripper pole and gives Satan a lap dance. So I guess Lil Nas X, he had just the right amount of Satanism, and
he also
Sam
wear
Smith
his-
just didn't take it far
Well, that's
enough.
not fair because Lil Nas X had a music video and this was live.
Also,
But dude,
He-
imagine how next level cringe your performance is. That the Church of Satan is like, hey, we disavow
Yo,
whatever the hell
cut the
that
cameras
was.
for real.
Yeah,
We don't want to
so-
be associated with this.
that was a Babylon Bee meme. As soon as the thing was done, it says Satan distances himself from Sam Smith.
Yeah.
Like
And it
I
happens.
denounce Sam Smith. Yeah.
The Babylon Bee never misses. Like I still go
They
through.
miss.
I don't think they miss. Not very. Okay, less often. But like
Yeah.
I go
Let
back
them
through.
cook.
I go back every so often and look at the Onion because the Onion used to be so good back in the day. Like
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
a long time
Was.
ago.
The videos.
Like, believe
I got
it or not.
videos from 15 years coming up on my recommended.
But like I look at Babylon Bee now and I think of how good the Onion used to be in like 2004.
Oh,
or
I love
2008.
this.
That's Carter in every chat. It's like, hey, you guys want to see this video from 30 years ago?
Yeah.
It's an old school meme.
Yeah.
David Harris also told TMZ that Sam Smith's performance was all right, nothing particularly special, and it was nothing audiences hadn't already seen from other artists.
He's
and
he's right.
It's all kind of passe now.
Incredible.
The Church of Satan thinks that Satanism in pop culture is passe. It's time to pack it up, y'all.
It's time.
Pack it up. Go home. Come up with a new shtick. It's over. It's been over.
Yep, it's done.
You ain't nothing.
Like, like we get it. Like Tony Hawk puts the blood in his skateboard deck with the with the paint, and
Lil Nas X puts
him in
his
his shoes.
blood in the shoes.
We get it. Ooh, it's very scary. Meanwhile, Marilyn Manson just got off the hook for 2 of the charges against him. Did you see that? Like they dropped. They settled out of court on like 2 of the assault charges. The only one left is Evan Rachel Wood and the other lady from the documentary.
Yeah.
Like
Gee, how many do you have?
it's crazy. I've got a friend who's just like think about how we were talking the other day about when we were talking. What were we talking about? And I was like, do you ever get worried that like about Army Hammer, right?
Yeah.
We're like, look, we don't know. Like, I don't know. Could he be a criminal? Sure, maybe, but without facts, like, how am I supposed to take a side? I've got a friend who's just all on the I stand with Manson.
Like of all platforms.
I'm kind of
adopt.
here for it. Like, he's just like, he doesn't give a fuck.
I mean, he's a really smart entrepreneur, Marilyn Manson.
Yeah. But like, it's like this he's got like infographics that say like, I stand with Manson. I'm like, I don't even think I could type that without laughing.
That's a take.
I mean, that can be taken out of context.
The one
Like,
thing about
Charles
Marilyn
Manson.
Manson in the 90s, from what I recall, like watching his interviews, is just that he was like, I am not the like grand enemy that you think I am to the culture. Like, I'm literally not as significant as you're painting me out to be.
Yeah.
And yet it's been flipped on its side, and now the narrative is I am exactly the spiritual enemy that you're claiming I am, and then that's where you're falling short. Like that's where the joke didn't land, right? And then of course like they feel self-aggrandized because they have delusional harpies like Madonna telling them that they are the countercultural force now.
Ooh, I'm so like being like trying
Like,
to be sexy in 2023 is somehow subversive.
Should someone with the senior citizen discount be telling you what is relevant to the culture? I'm sorry, it's just no.
Is this like a kind of like a side effect of a culture where we like people are like, we're living in the Handmaid's Tale,
dude?
Like
oh my
that,
God.
like people
If I
were
could
just
go back in
delusional.
time and somehow stop that show from being made, I would.
People love that. Like
The
love
amount
that
of
show.
analogies to that and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
By the way, I still haven't gotten through the second Harry Potter movie. I've fallen asleep in the middle of it
Did you know
twice
that
now.
the
I am
Prisoner of
1.5
Azkaban-
movies through the series, and I have
Prisoner-
fallen asleep 3 times.
Prisoner of Azkaban isn't the second movie.
Do
Chamber of Secrets is the second movie. I think you missed one.
Yeah,
they
Wait,
shouldn't
what?
cancel?
that's right.
Chamber of Secrets is the
I didn't
second.
say Prisoner of Azkaban.
Earlier,
That's the third
off
one.
air, you said that to me.
Yeah, you made a mistake off air.
Yeah,
Mary.
Mary,
How
I
dare
heard
you?
too.
I don't like. Were you watching Chamber of Secrets? Or?
I'm going in order. It's definitely the second
Okay,
one.
Chamber of Secrets.
Well, you're
So-
wrong for sure.
But it is better so far than the first one. I'll give my take after I'm actually done with it.
They start slow.
So
I
like,
wonder what the Church of Satan thinks. Who's doing good? They're probably like, Congress, keep it up. You know.
It's like
Don't
Lil Nas
stop.
X, Nancy Pelosi, Kamala Harris. Oh, by the way, I saw a video of Kamala Harris this morning.
I bet it was
and people
great.
think that she has gills to breathe. I think they were like editing it. I think they edited the video, but they were like showing like, look at her gills on her neck. She's using them to breathe. I want to go back to like the days when we would actually believe the videos of like their eyes switching, like the reptilian politicians.
We don't.
We
We don't believe them. Oh, what?
I didn't get that NPC update. I'm still waiting on that one.
Yeah.
So do we or do we not? I need to be told what to believe.
Yeah. Seriously.
So here we go. Ted Cruz says this is evil. Like,
See,
does anybody
here's-
care what Ted Cruz thinks? Really?
Sam Smith obviously took the L here, but then we also had an L where, like, I guess some people, like the conservative old, you know,
Fuddy-duddies. Yes, fuddy-duddies.
The fuddy-duddies.
They're all crestfallen about
reacted in the way that they were expected to react.
Absolutely,
So
like they reading
everyone
from a
was
script.
just playing their role in this back and
Seriously.
forth.
Lauren Boebert says
When, like,
the
the
Satanic
correct-
Temple is now opening abortion clinics that will perform abortion as a satanic ritual.
See,
this is what
that's
the left
something
really
worth
meant
talking
by
about.
the left. This is what the left really meant by safe, legal, and rare.
That is something worth talking about.
Well,
Sam
yeah, of course,
Smith
Lauren
and
Boebert
Kim
said it.
Petras, this is not something worth actually fearing.
No.
Or getting angry about.
No, that's-
just make fun of them.
Yes.
And be, you know, passively kind of disgusted by how they look, and that's all you can do.
I felt like I was taking crazy pills. They're like, this is evil. I'm like, it's a fat dude in a red, like he's wearing high heels. There's
Stuff
nothing
them
scary
into
about
the
that.
proverbial locker of our culture, if they can fit, and move on.
It's just I can't with these people. Like it's funny because more pictures came out as this went on, like after this event, and there's like pictures of Sam Smith like bending down with high heels. I'm like, who's scared of a fat dude in high heels?
Daily reminder.
In a Party
Doing
City hat,
squats
doing
in high
squats
heels.
in high heels.
By the way,
Someone said, was the controversy in question just Sam Smith and Kim Petras wearing Party City devil costumes?
Yes, it was. It was literally.
Like, am I missing something?
It literally looked like they had a costume made and it didn't fit him, so they just put some spirit gum on the end of some fake horns and stuck it on a Party City hat.
daily reminder that wokeness is dying because it's ineffective. Enjoy the times of peace before the next cooked up psyop comes.
If you show genuine anger and fear at these cooked up psyops, you're playing right into their hands.
Absolutely.
Like this is their lifeblood, is your anger and your reaction.
Try better.
This one tweet said, I love the fact that right-wingers are triggered that Sam Smith, a
my
trans
God.
singer, and Kim Petras and drag performers, they had like celebrity drag stars on the stage as well, performed Grammy-winning Unholy tonight. The balloon thing is over. They needed something. Like, they're paying attention to how you react online, and like,
Everyone falls right into the same trap every time. Like
Yeah.
everyone plays their part where all the they do something and all the conservatives go I, who always talk about how everyone's always offended, am offended and morally outraged by this totally shocking, oh my God, it says Pfizer at the end of this. This is scary. Pfizer is evil. I'm like, yeah, Pfizer is evil, but not because of this.
well, I'm not saying that moral outrage doesn't have a place in society. Like, if anything, I think we need more of it. But, you know, direct it productively.
Yeah.
Like, know what is important and what is something to laugh at instead.
I refuse to be offended by Fat Satan. I just do. I'm not.
I refuse to take Fat Satan seriously.
I'm not letting a dude who can embarrass me on a scale.
I love how Satan and the demons are in hell right now, and they're like, "Oh, this is so bad for our PR."
Yeah. They said that was the Babylon Bee is like, we're dissing himself from Satan.
But
It's
then
like,
again, if Sam Smith is making people take the idea of evil existing less seriously,
Yeah.
then maybe that is a win
yeah.
I mean,
for real evil.
so it doesn't make me feel that evil doesn't exist because, you know, existence, but it makes me feel that evil people are not as impressive as I thought they are.
It's
Yeah.
also
Unless
like,
they're hot chicks taking people away from, you know, royalty.
Or at least they don't know how to advertise.
That's impressive.
It's also, the funny thing about it is it reminds me of his reaction to this, I'm sure, is the same as what I was talking about. So yesterday we did Cringe of the Day, and it was the girl doing the dance, and I showed the other video of the girl doing the dance better, and I was like, is this the same person? Because one of them, she's wearing a mask, and it was the same girl. They were both this, it's like the only like guilty pleasure follow I have on Instagram that's like she's like a dancer.
And then you instantly changed your opinion and started simping.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, like, no, it's like you have to start somewhere, right? So she made that back like before she got famous, her mom filmed that video for her at a Costco. So yes, it's now no longer cringe. I hereby decree that video is no longer cringe. It rules.
You don't have that power.
I have that power.
You don't have it.
I have that power.
Do you have it?
You
Dave?
can't uncringe.
I can uncringe. First of all, it's cringy that you're taking a video that's 3 years old as if there isn't a wealth of cringe every day. In fact, it says more about our creativity as cringe finders that nobody was able to find better.
I can't believe how
cringe.
much copium you're on right now.
I am. I'm totally.
Whoa.
Leave her alone.
You're drowning.
Leave her alone.
Leave my favorite TikTok dancer alone,
Exactly.
guys.
I'm simping very hard right now.
And Mary, to answer your question, I don't know if I can uncringe. I feel like I can officially declare stuff as cringe.
Okay.
Like, what was that? Vibes.
Vibes is dead.
Oof. After that guy that was like, the vibes are off, that New York video of that insanely drugged up guy that needs to stop drinking and having
like-
brunch in New York.
We had a dance party in Central Park in the middle of the day. It was a vibe. Thank you guys.
Why do you gotta look at me as you do that? I don't get it.
It's a little
Trying
bit
to figure out
aggressive.
who the sound is.
What's this movie, Brett?
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire, dude.
Jerry Maguire.
Show me the money.
Okay.
I love.
We
I
need
love
to
the
read
black
some
man.
super chats.
No, I want like thoughts on gender neutral Jesus.
It's
Wait,
great.
what?
Gender neutral.
the-
Jesus.
Church of England considers making God gender neutral to be more inclusive. Thoughts?
The Church of England has been tripping. Like
For
this
a long
isn't
time.
new. This isn't new information.
They don't count?
This
All
is
right.
not content.
Fair enough.
Isn't the Church of England made so that the king could get divorced
Yep.
and so he could
Yeah.
get some play?
Literally the Church of
Yep.
Divorce.
Yeah, that's it.
Huawei37 said ChatGPT is dumb. I can't properly answer Philippines' fourth largest island. Oh. Yeah, I've heard it's biased as well.
Is ChatGPT the one where you can make a poem about Biden, or about Trump, but you can't make one about Biden? You can insult Trump, but you can't insult Biden.
Or you can like ask, what does this race need to improve? And they'll be like, that's discriminatory, and I'm not capable of providing an answer like that. And then if you ask what white people need to improve, it'll be like an itemized list of our responsibilities as allies.
Have you seen like if you look up
It's basically Hassan
if you go
Piker.
on if you go on Google right now and you look up why is my husband yelling at me, or why is my wife yelling at me, like if you look up why is my wife yelling at me, it gives you like a bunch of reasons why you're screwing up.
Let
if you
me-
look
let
up
me look
why
this up.
like why is my husband yelling at me, it gives you like domestic violence hotlines.
Let's see. But they don't know if a man or a woman is Googling it. Okay, I see
Right.
domestic violence support.
For women. Now look up why is my wife yelling at me.
All right, let's see.
But you could be a woman with a wife.
No, it's at least on
Whoa.
Brave. On Brave
Okay.
browser, it's the same.
Okay.
Basically the same. X said, it's middle school. I don't know that we're planning anything, but I'm not stopping kids from trading Valentines, probably playfully teasing in cards. Oh, wait, field trip that day, actually. Rich kid schools like the one next to Biden's house, but not that one anymore. Not sure why. COVID, maybe? Also, today went better. Thanks for yesterday.
Good.
That's good to hear.
That's very good.
They're behaving themselves today. Well, yeah, at least there are no rules against Valentine's Day at the school you work
Well, it
at.
was just that one in Canada.
Yeah.
It's those Canadians are crazy.
The food allergy thing almost annoyed me more. Don't bring in treats because someone could be allergic to peanuts.
Just like you can't draw hot characters because some people aren't hot, Mary.
I'm pretty sure, also my brother wasn't allowed to, bring peanut butter into the cafeteria.
Oh my god.
It's just, you're taking
Wow.
this too far. High Voltage 75 said, Mary, do you properly dispose of those water bottles after use, or do you leave them like shopping carts for everyone else to clean up?
Damn.
We have garbage cans in here.
We do have trash cans in this house.
I think
I
they would
have a
like us
name.
to recycle them, though.
Oh, I don't.
We
do that.
don't recycle. Recycling is a psyop anyway. They just throw it They literally throw 99% of recycling into landfills.
It's just a
anyway.
separate pile.
Yeah.
I know, but I recycled today.
Oh,
Wow,
good for
everyone-
you.
Everyone
Okay.
in
First
chat,
time in a long
Give
time.
clap
Carter
for
super
Carter.
chat a big clap for
Everyone.
Carter.
So we're literally
You are
bullying him
so
right now.
stunning and
Saving the
brave.
planet one bottle at a time.
Hey Jessica, that's the next merch. It's just Carter and it text I recycled.
Perco Rosso Forever said, great Bill Burr podcast interviewed the Church of Satan, and they just talked about the environment and inclusion, and Bill Burr just called them beep
Yeah. Talking
lines.
inclusion. Like, what does that even mean anymore?
Who knows?
Like, at this point,
Everyone can be included in hell.
like the worst is like the funnier one is like now they have like the director of belonging. Like, I refuse.
That's me.
That's a
No.
job. Like a director of belonging.
the
I'm like,
kindergartenification of society.
yeah, like, and it's like I refuse to let some corporate office like manage belonging. Piss off.
Well, too bad. I'm officially the director of belonging on Timcast Media.
If you're already the what was it? You're the diversity, equity, and inclusion
Yeah, that's
officer.
right.
I'm the belonging officer here. No one belongs. No one.
Everyone.
If
is
I
in
can't
exile.
belong, no one can belong.
Imagine a company that would dead ass hire us for that.
No cap.
No cap.
I just thought of
Straight
this, like,
bussin'.
people who are fans of middle management love polyamory because it means that you can come up with a bunch of rules and guidelines while you violate all of them.
What a take, Mary.
That's amazing.
Rhaegar Targaryen said, speaking of The Handmaid's Tale, or take, I love pointing out to fans that the lead actress is a stark Scientologist. Apparently nobody knows this.
Well, you know, since I'm the Scientology apologist here.
X said, today I'm happy to have this as an alternative to the 4 p.m. Tim segment that just dropped. Not interested, rather want news or funsies.
Well, we're here for funsies.
We love the funsies.
Hey, let me tell you, that Tim kid has potential. I think he's gonna be big one day.
He's gonna make
I'm
it.
just saying.
I can feel it.
Like, he's really running that sideshow. We have Errol, Timcast Errol. I don't know.
Let's
Yeah.
do one
I
more.
don't know
Let's do it
how
great.
it's pronounced, but
Let's do one more, and then we'll do the rest of the
doing
stuff.
numbers.
And then we'll come back to the rest of the super chats.
All right. Wyatt Kaldenberg said, on Tubi is the amazing movie Michael Collins about the IRA founder. I would be interested in you guys reviewing this. A great study on how good can turn into evil.
Evil.
Every villain is lemons. Sorry, I'm literally talking about a terrorist organization.
A just war.
A just war can turn into murder.
Good for you.
The IRA.
Anyone here related to members of the IRA?
No members of the Irish Republic. I mean, my family, at least as far as I know. All right, we're going to come back to the rest, guys. Before we go, Pink Floyd is in the news, and remember,
This is such a weird story. It's just boomers arguing on Twitter.
Gross.
As they usually do.
yes, we're boomers and we're arguing. All right.
So I guess David Gilmour's wife tweeted at Roger Waters, who is the front man, from what I understand, after Sid Barrett left. She said, sadly, Roger Waters, you are anti-Semitic to your rotten core. Also a Putin apologist and a lying, thieving, hypocritical, tax-avoiding, lip-syncing, misogynistic, sick with envy megalomaniac. Enough of your nonsense. And then David Gilmour quote tweeted his wife and said, every word demonstrably true.
I'm picturing Comfortably Numb being played in the background. As this
Lip
happens.
syncing?
Lip syncing.
I love that your first reaction to this was like, he sounds awesome.
If he can get away with all that, I mean,
Oh, it's like,
Yeah.
Talent.
it's so hyperbolic that it's not that he's awesome. It's that he's likely just a normal person, and these people are just nuts.
It's honestly impressive.
Like what? Like who's actually a Putin apologist that's not just being edgelord right now?
And it looks like Waters saw this post and he is, quote, aware of the incendiary and wildly inaccurate comments and is looking at taking legal action. I
I'm
love
gonna
when
sue
boomers
you.
go to war.
legal action.
Like he's gonna sue him because
defamation
there's like
or-
I've got disposable income. Let's bring the lawyers into
Well,
this.
if you're accusing him of tax evasion,
That's true. Some of these are.
That's
Well, that
something
makes-
that
I
can
mean,
be
that-
disproven.
and that was the
So-
part where I was like, he sounds awesome. He doesn't pay his taxes. I was like, how bad can
Tax
it be?
hero?
Tax hero. I'll
This
put a
is how
picture
I
of
know
him.
that you're actually an agent from the IRS.
Me? Oh yeah.
You never miss an opportunity to
To support our
support tax evasion.
to support the honorable men and women deciding not to have their income stolen from them by the federal government. Yeah.
Let's
hey,
see some
feds listening to
reactions
this segment,
Yeah, I
I
was
just
like-
handed in my W-2 today. Okay,
I say, I mean,
oh boy.
So like taxation is theft, all that stuff. Insert here.
Someone said, wow, I guess that means Pink Floyd reunion is off then. you could say that. Yeah.
Like
Oh my gosh. The same woman in 2010 told The Guardian, I just look at Julian Assange and what he's doing, and I'd love to be doing something like that.
oh well, like just step up and do it, lady. Step up and
She's
do it.
exposing the truth
Guys,
Step
about
up and do
Roger
it.
Waters.
Can I tell you a comment that's been living rent free in my head for like 3 days?
Do it.
Yeah.
So someone messaged me the other day. He's like, "Hey, dude, love what you do. You're like the Ian of Pop Culture Crisis." But Ian's on Pop Culture Crisis.
So does that
So
mean
who's Ian?
Yeah, that's PCCception.
who would be Ian on the show?
Who's Ian? He's not Ian. I'm Ian.
Chris Bertman.
Wait.
Wow.
Nah.
Ian's Chris Bertman?
Chris Bertman is Ian.
Wait.
No.
Where do we just go with this?
I'm telling you, it's Inception.
confused now.
Chat. I'm opening the chat. Okay, so like, if Dane is Ian on PCC, who the hell is Ian on
Who is
PCC?
Ian?
I need to know.
And
I'm
he's
tell-
a guest every time.
Dude, I'm telling you, I can't sleep at night. Like, I don't know. Like,
I wouldn't
he's
be able to either.
on the show. Why can't I be like, I'm Ian?
Who told you this?
I
You
don't
need
know.
to
Some
start from
guy
the root.
on the internet.
He must not.
Someone said
watch
Ian
the
is
episodes of Ian.
Seamus.
Ian is, wow.
That's
That's a lot.
verifiably false.
Yeah.
See, it says Ian is the Luke of PCC. That's what I said. That was what I said earlier.
Dane is more Ian
What?
than Ian. Wow.
We
Okay.
can talk about seed oils and we can
Anyway,
talk about
we were gonna talk about this
microplastics.
CGI kiss
Yes.
in You People.
Okay, so in You People, the horrible movie that's literally being called super woke
Dude,
by
that
a bunch
movie
of people.
is garbage.
Okay,
I got 10 minutes into it.
Apparently,
Really?
the final scene in the movie where where they kiss in the when they were making the film, they actually stop until their mouths are like a foot apart, and then they fix it in post.
Can we see the video here?
I don't think they show they just have the trailer that doesn't have that scene. They just have the pictures here. The clip that's here is just of
Okay.
them talking about it. But here's a screenshot of it. And yeah, it's
Does it look doctored to you?
oh yeah, it
or-
is doctored. It's just
Yeah,
really
it
funny. It's
doesn't
like
even look-
so.
Or is
My
it-
question is like, what
That
is
just
the,
looks like
I've got a lot of questions.
that just
First
looks
one,
like his
why?
beard spread onto her face.
It just
Like,
looks
it's not
two
even well
faces
done.
warped together.
And
Ew.
people were complaining. They're like somebody's like, it's because she's not. So the actress's name's Laura London. She dated Nipsey Hussle up until Nipsey Hussle was killed, and she also has a child with Lil Wayne. And somebody's like, she's not over Nipsey Hussle. I'm like, it's literally her job to kiss on camera.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, don't take the role if it tells you have to do this. It's literally the last scene in the
What
movie.
precedent is this?
Like,
setting?
I thought maybe it was a COVID thing. It could have been shot at
That's
a time during
my first
COVID.
thought.
But if you're like this close and you're still not masked, I don't think the extra couple of
No.
centimeters is actually going to stop the COVID from transmitting from one to the other.
Guys, you want to know the best
Wow.
part? You know what his job is in this movie?
What?
He's a pop culture podcast host.
Perfect. We could have him on.
I love
He's
the-
Brett Dasovic in this movie.
Brett Dasovic's facial hair is going to
I'm working on it. I got to get the beard.
transfer onto someone else's face.
Yeah, let's go. And-
Con-
Scary.
Contagious.
I love the idea that Lauren London was just like, Jonah Hill is so disgusting that I am not going to get within a foot of him.
But people were on his side. Somebody was like, one of the comments said like if you can't do your job, by which your co-host is infinitely better. Like they were standing for Jonah Hill here. They're like, he's better at his job than you. You don't have the credit that he does. He's been acting for longer. Do your
Right.
job.
He seems like
Maybe
a cool
it was
guy.
Jonah Hill that refused to do the
Maybe.
scene.
No, he wouldn't. Dude, can you imagine?
You've seen Superbad,
Oh,
right?
what? Men can't not consent to a kiss?
Can
Is
you
that what you're
imagine?
saying?
The racial politics of him saying he wouldn't do that in 2022.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The
no,
backlash
no.
would be insane.
Oh yeah, that.
Like
then
like,
everyone would bring up any other scene where he's kissed an actress.
oh, but you're okay with
like,
kissing
oh, so
her.
it's fine then, but not now.
Based.
Yeah, like that's like
Yeah.
it's just that's the world we live in now, and it made me think. The funny thing is, because she's got a child with Lil Wayne, and the first thing I thought of was there was a music video from 2009 for a song called "Down" by Jay Sean and Lil Wayne.
I love that song.
Okay, they're not in the same room in that video, and they CGI them doing a high five that like probably cost like 3/4 of the budget. Like it's the
Crazy.
final.
They
scene.
couldn't just fly him out.
Yeah, they couldn't cause like he's in London at the time. And it was just funny because like I'm one of those people that I go through, like if you look at my Wikipedia search history is insane with like the random stuff that it's like right next to trickle-down economics and the Holodomor and all of these other things that you read about is like music videos and then like the Cultural Revolution in China, and then stuck in between there's like Jay Sean music video with Lil Wayne. And so in that video, they spent like half the budget on faking them like high-fiving and like touching.
You mean
So-
Krayshawn?
No. Creation was a girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of. She was like, they had to spend all their money to make them fake kiss.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's got to be Lauren London's
Jay Sean looks like a psyop.
decision.
No, Jay Sean, he's an R&B singer.
Did he have any other hits? I don't remember.
Yeah, he did. He had he had Down. He had Do You Remember? He had a couple of it. He's basically
idea.
he's like less charismatic Jason Derulo.
Yeah.
Like Jason Derulo is just a better dancer, therefore he got the job.
He's also ripped.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Super good shape.
He can kick your ass.
So, for sure. It'd be good. It'd be good.
Is this going to go to the extreme where we're just going to CGI everything?
I hope so.
Eventually. I mean, that's
And
what,
then we
Yeah,
can
'cause it'll be
finally
hyper-real.
replace
Well,
actors.
what they were doing, I mean, that was something they had to figure out during COVID, right? Where they had to shoot a lot of stuff. Like, you didn't see a lot of over-the-shoulder shots of, like, 2 shots of people because they weren't shooting people in the same room. They were basically shooting someone and then shooting the other person, and then so
Really?
they weren't recording stuff at
Yeah.
the same time because it was a risk.
They
I
got
just
Wesley
think-
to do it.
Yeah.
If AI is going to replace customer service, cashiers, even like programmers at some point, then like, can we at least get the Hollywood to go away?
You would think.
That'd be incredible.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
If there's one consequence, like unintended consequence of AI,
We get those AI babes that have the butts in the front.
butts in the front.
Have you seen it?
No.
It's just a bunch of skinny chicks that look pretty much super hot, but the butt is where the cooch should be.
What?
Yeah.
That's, wait, I think I saw that on Twitter.
Aren't you guys on the internet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The AI got
It's out
confused.
there.
Ooh, No
Yeah.
Never says maybe Jonah is embodying the self-loathing discussed earlier. Hey, I'm down with that. Like I'm down to bring back self-loathing, self-doubt, and any form of like I'm so sick of self-love and personal acceptance and being proud. No, I'm over it.
Dude, he's playing you on a movie. Like he's
Then he
clearly
should
a
be-
crisis actor.
Then there should be self-loathing.
Well, I mean, there is.
Mary, let us go to the last of the super chats, shall we?
David said, I'm definitely ageist. A female over 60 should not look sexy. It was over 30 years ago. You can't bear children and men should be able
Damn.
to tell.
Yeah.
Tell me how you really feel, though.
Except if it's Salma Hayek.
Yeah, she's hot.
Hayek. How do you say it? Hayek?
Well, however you say it. it's
She's getting closer to 60.
She's
still looks
60?
great. No, she's 56.
Who?
What?
She's 56, yeah.
Bro.
Salma Hayek.
Oh yeah, she's
Good job.
She's born in '66.
Now, I'm
Damn.
not saying it's all natural.
Oh,
but
no one's saying that.
That's the kicker, is like some people are smart enough to use these procedures
She's so smoking hot still. It's so
that in a way that
Salma
doesn't make them
Hayek?
look like
so
aliens.
is Ava Longoria still good looking too.
Ava
She was always kinda mid.
Longoria.
Hot take. It's just one of the episode with the bros, there.
Francisco Sanchez Jr. said, I mean, Sam Smith just looked like a, what is this, dirigible?
Never heard that word before.
Drenched in
Dirigible?
tomato sauce? I don't
Okay.
even know what that is.
I don't either.
Okay.
Dude, she's 62?
Yeah.
Salma Hayek?
Oh. She's born in
Wow.
'66.
Matt's
Oh.
S-Fox Emporium said, I have evidence proving that can prove. Roberto Jr. is controlling Timcast Studios and is suppressing evidence eggs are causing cardiac arrest.
That's completely plausible.
No, you
Yes,
can't.
Sorry.
You'll never prove it.
I'm not sure if
There is no Timcast Studios.
I'm not sure if we can actually prosecute Roberto Jr. though.
He is the law.
He is the law.
Darkos1 said, I'm kind of disappointed that Tim's most recent video basically calls this entire channel useless. He insults covering non-political pop culture drama. I don't know why he would insult that if he covers a lot of the same things that we do, and I highly doubt that he said that.
Listen, we're a news channel.
And we have more fun anyways. Like, we're not here to be news. We're here to have fun.
Well, you're responding to it as if he actually said that, which we know
highly doubt,
he
yeah.
didn't.
I mean, he talks. He's talked in videos before. He's like he talks about how those videos do really really well because people love that type of content. I don't know. Like, I still think, look, on the outset, whether people want to admit it or not, like what me and Mary have said countless times before, this is how they get to your kids. This is why it's important to make sure you watch what what you're putting on with Disney around your children. You can talk about pop culture drama not being important, but it is important if you want to raise your kids properly. It is important if you want to change the culture. And at the very least, the best of those in this space are now creating their own art, and I have the utmost respect for them. You know, the Eric Julys of the world who are not just critiquing what's going on, but are also providing alternatives. That's important, and without this space, you wouldn't know that there does have to be an alternative created. So,
Pinch Me ND said, my guess for the new Crisis Party sound will be King Leonidas yelling, "Tonight we dine in hell."
oh, is that what it will be? We'll see.
You'll never know.
Well, they'll know tomorrow if that's
Bobcat
what it is.
said, Dane is more Ian than Ian.
What is that?
That's a
even
compliment.
mean?
What is that
I mean,
mean?
Ian rules. I'm official #1 Ian stan.
That means that means that you're rolling 20s all day every
Constantly.
day.
I think so. I think Ian's constantly rolling 20s.
X said, did you watch the Ian segment from Gross John?
I haven't watched it.
By
By the way, we do have an
in
Italian
the-
speaker here.
What? Who?
Brian.
Oh,
Brian
Brian,
speaks
yeah.
Italian, so we could
Word?
get our language translated to see
Well,
what
we
we were
had
really saying.
we had subtitles. Maybe they're inaccurate.
Maybe just a little inaccurate.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Clef the Misfit said, Brett, did you hear your girl Lauren Boebert is going to be on IRL tonight?
Base.
You should ask Ian if you can get his seat for this one. LOL.
I
Unlikely.
have never once asked to be on an episode of IRL, and I have far too much pride and self-loathing at the same time to ask to be on the episode.
Dude,
with Lauren
I don't
Boebert.
have any of that. Get me on the Lauren Boebert episode ASAP.
I won't be there. It would be nice.
Quick, you gotta go to the studio right now.
And find
Pretty
a
sure
reason.
you
wanna
got to
make
go
it.
like 49 minutes ago.
Yeah.
X said, did y'all reach out to Overlord DVD? We did, yes.
Waiting to hear back.
And if not, check out Pop Culture Breakdown tonight.
Will do.
Potatoes for Seamus said, hi gang, hope all is well. Can't wait for tomorrow.
300.
It's gonna be a show to remember.
It's gonna be a good one. I'm excited.
And once again, if you haven't watched the 200th episode, I think that would be a fun throwback. if you-
It's hard to believe
That was a
Go back.
legendary day.
that
It was.
it's been that long.
Do you think that we could break that record for episode 300?
Without me dyeing my hair blonde.
It remains to be seen.
Wow, that was 100 episodes ago?
Also,
Yep.
guys, a heads up. Serge is waiting for Wesley to be able to shoot his hair cutting scene for content. So
Content.
we're waiting to get that done. It may not be done in time for the episode tomorrow, but we're working on it.
It should be. Wesley is back in town.
Wesley was out shooting a podcast, but they're off producing that episode right now, so they don't have the time.
I saw him downstairs this
No,
morning giving
Wesley and
shit
Aaron
takes.
are here.
No, but I'm saying, Serge and them, they're getting ready for the IRL tonight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so they just don't have the time right now.
CK said Penelope Cruz over Salma Hayek. Sorry,
Maybe.
24/7, 365.
Wait, are
Penelope-
they the different people? Because I thought, who's in Spanglish?
Some
Penelope? What? No.
I don't remember.
See?
I don't remember.
What?
Wait.
My brain's broken right now.
James
I thought,
Orenthal, when I'm not going to read that.
I'll read it, James.
Nah. Porco Rosso Forever said, Brett, ask Lauren to be
It's
your
Salma Hayek.
Valentine. Make a card. He
I
could have sent a
should.
card
I should have
with
done
them.
that. That would have been.
Is
great.
it? I don't know, dude.
What would I?
These
What would,
Latina ladies.
what would the card say?
Is Lauren Boebert a Latina?
No.
Since when? What do you mean?
No, I'm talking
Alex
about Spanglish.
Stein would have already
Oh.
made a move.
Penelope Cruz?
Dude, it's not. It's Paz Vegas. God, we're.
Wait, what?
Paz Vegas.
Yeah.
Potatoes for Seamus sent us $1 without a message.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
All right.
potatoes.
Oh, and one more just came in.
High Voltage 75 said, gotta get up extra early so I can make the stream tomorrow. I'm sacrificing my precious sleep for you. That's how much you mean to me, PCC. That is
Thank
all.
you.
Thank you.
Who
Thank
needs
you
sleep
so much.
anyway?
Guys, so that is a reminder for all of you. We are having our 300th episode tomorrow. Mary might be risking her health just a little bit to read a whole bunch of super chats.
because I care.
It's because she gave.
I'm just showing how dedicated I am to this stream.
Yes, so she's going to read super chats. Well,
Even the ones from Bad App.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Whoa.
No guarantees on that one.
He doesn't do $15 super chats.
Nah.
So.
But if he did.
Broke app.
Am I right?
More like broke app.
Yeah. You got
All
it.
right, guys. So before we go, could you like this video, leave comments on this video when it's done, subscribe to this channel, please. Go watch the other videos. We break up all of these segments. And we've also got reviews every week for Velma and The Last of Us. I know that sounds like a bad time, but it's actually a good time. We got one more there, Mary.
Let's see. Darko's one said, I used the wrong word. Tim indirectly insulted this channel. He insulted all the kinds of things you cover while attacking other channels.
Let's not speculate on
I
something we haven't even seen.
highly doubt that, given that he covers literally like a lot of the same stuff. Clef the
Couple more.
Misfit said, oh, I always wanted to know where is Dane from. I can't place his accent.
I'm from Kenya.
Oh, didn't know that.
Now you know.
Caber2X said, Dane, you deputized to keep Brett under control. You are deputized to keep Brett under control till the Congresswoman departs the premises on the order of
DB Cooper. I guess B Cooper, not DB Cooper.
Make Mine Marvel.
Look, it's a joke that got like ridiculously out of
This
context.
has been
It's-
taken so far.
It literally, like, people think that I have like pictures of Lauren Boebert up someplace. Like, I'd have a picture of Salma Hayek up.
That sounds like what someone would say if they had a shrine to Lauren Boebert.
Doesn't
that
it, though?
they don't have one.
Exactly.
So.
All right, Dane, my friend, thank you so much. Let everyone know where they can find you.
Well. You can find me on Twitter at Dane Font. And now, I shall spell that out for you. DANEFONT.
Perfect. Carter.
You can find me anywhere at Carter Banks, with the one exception of Instagram, where there is a 4L at the end of it. But yeah, follow me.
Is there any music being worked on right now?
There is. I don't know about giving away
What if
dates.
you just said no?
No, of course not. No, I'm hella busy with music right now. We got a video shooting coming up. Release date, I think I can announce this, the 10th of March. Another song's coming out with a video. So I'll give more info on that soon. But yeah, follow Timcast Music and Trash House Records, and lots of cool stuff coming.
Excellent, dude. Mary, we got a couple more there.
Yes. Jimmy Bags 86 said, who would take a one-way trip to Mars?
I would.
Elon Musk.
Me too.
Yes.
Rhaegar Targaryen said, clearly Dane is from Wakanda.
Clearly.
And if you didn't know that, you're racist.
Yes.
Anyways, you can find pictures of me on Instagram at Mary Archived, or send me hate on Twitter. That is also Mary Archived. I trust that you know how to spell that. And tomorrow, of course, for the 300th episode, if you are a real fan of the pod, you better be tuning in at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central Time.
I'll be tuning in.
I'm a fake fan, so.
So that you can see
Wait,
Mary
12.
talk
Damn.
in helium voice.
So you can watch me die live
You're
on
gonna
air.
actually do that?
No.
No, I'm not going to die.
All right, guys. Yes, 300th episode tomorrow. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Brett Dasovic. The show is here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is noon Pacific. We've done so almost 300 times now. If you'd like to listen to the show rather than watch, we're on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, and Spotify. If you would like to follow the show on social media, we are on Twitter at popculture_show, Facebook and TikTok at Pop Culture Crisis, and on Instagram at Pop Culture Crisis Pod. We'll be back with another episode tomorrow. We'll see you then, guys.
Bye.
Bye.